bye, or do you go straight into playoffs?
You can't change. I know you think it'll always be the same. I wanna be fully potential again, but I ain't done.
Yeah. When you living how I'm living, they gon' ask you how you did it. Used to keep it on the low, now I think they need to know. When you get it, how I get it, you don't worry about a gimmick. Turn my life into a show, selling tickets at the door. Baby, pop up, meet me at the pop-up. Every time I drop stuff, haters wanna pop up, and they wanna pop us. Mad cause they not us, I don't get it, they be in their feelings like a pop cut. Every time you doing good, money problems pop up. Get a little change and the family members pop up. When you broke, they disappear, kinda like my pops does. Standing on my own with my own, that's a lot, bruh. Every time I got it propped up, I find a problem. Why when you doing it proper, they try to stop you. But when you live like a mobster, they never bother. This world is sick and we need a doctor. But then the cops coming, when they show up at your door, they want the smoke like a roster. If you spend the time wasting time, what it cost you? Will my ex going notice still without an Oscar? That's a slap to the face, something that Chris Rock knows. When you living how I'm living, they gon' ask you how you did it. Used to keep it on the low, now I think they need to know. When you get it, how I get it, you don't worry about it. Gimmick, turn my life into a show, selling tickets at the door. Baby, pop up, meet me at the pop-up. Every time I drop stuff, haters wanna pop up, and they wanna pop us. Mad cause they not us, I don't get it, they be in their feelings like a pop cut.
Hey, I told y'all he was spitting.
I got politics in LA, I got Usos in the Bay, with the squad like 2K, Malo Winger every day. I got family in Mobile and in Compton on the Ave, yeah. Shout out Uncle Rav, who taught me how to scrap. Busy with the swizzy for the blizzy, that's a Draco. Miss me with that iffy, I'm too spiffy just to lay low. Gently, keep it gently while I chill in Turks and Caicos. Nipsey, rest in peace, he said King me, I'm a Pharaoh. My uncle raised a real one, that's real, son. Even though I ran when they peeled one, I still spun. The block, spread the ops, watch the pops, cause they will come. Mixed kid, that's profile, that's still done. When you living how I'm living, they gon' ask you how you did it. Used to keep it on the low, now I think they need to know. When you get it, how I get it, you don't worry about a gimmick. Turn my life into a show, selling tickets at the door. Baby, pop up, meet me at the pop-up. Every time I drop stuff, haters wanna pop up, and they wanna pop us. Mad cause they not us, I don't get it, they be in their feelings like a pop cut.
Volleyball, midweek games.
When you live it how I'm living, they gon' ask you how you did it. Used to keep it on the low, cause I was used to keeping low. Thought nobody gave a care if Crane Trip one at the show. But no matter who come with me, he the reason that I go. I ain't worried about a gimmick, that's for folks who never lived it. Even when I pivot, it's to shoot the shot that I've been given. We taking safe bets, not faith steps, and hoping God will bless it. Abusing favor like it's privilege, we accept it. God ain't mocked or shocked, he saw your heart. I'm hoping we get back to how it was at the start. Turn my life into a show, selling tickets at the door. Came from riding on the metro to flying to Pietro. Made it out the ghetto. Shout out to my saints locked down who got abundant life but still facing death row. Every time I drop stuff, haters wanna pop up and they wanna pop us. Mad that they not us, I don't get it, but I don't really have to. I'm living in my purpose, come and kick it, man, if that's you. Pop up.
This is madness! It's madness if I don't put in the work. It's madness if I don't believe.
So if they think that you are mad, let them talk. Let them wonder. Because the madness sets you apart from everyone else.
and I don't care if this thing takes everything I have. I'm going after it.
You will believe even when others don't. Bring the madness.
And so let me look crazy for a season, and I'll live the rest of my life like a legend.
Yeah. When they hear the sound of the drum, they'll be saying, oh Lord, here they come. Yeah, here we come. Hey, here we come.
Hello everyone and welcome to Bomber Stadium in Mountain Home, Arkansas, where it's the second game of the Class 6A West Conference season tonight as the Shiloh Christian Saints take on the Mountain Home Bombers. As I welcome Clint and my partner Cliff Anderson and our crew from Mountain Home. And so Cliff, it is not a short drive over the mountain, but a long drive for the Saints. But it may be a long drive, but Cliff, a critical game tonight. If we want to get in playoff position, got to find a way to win one on the road tonight.
Absolutely, you do. You know, this is our longest conference game that we'll have on the road. I say conference game because once you get into the playoffs and there's only two conferences in the Class 6A, we're going to be, if we're not playing at Champion Stadium, we're going to be going to East Arkansas. I mean, you may go to Benton, which is Central Arkansas, but boy, you could be going to Sheridan. You could be going to El Dorado, Marion. I mean, we may have some longer trips that we take this season, and really, I hope we do. I hope we do. But we're in Mountain Home, and it, like you said, it is a pretty good track over here. Beautiful drive, beautiful night for football here in North Central Arkansas, and as you said, two teams that, are jockeying for their spot in the 6A West. You know, Shiloh coming out of their conference opener at home last week, losing really a tough game to the number one team in the state, the Greenwood Bulldogs. And so we come into this game 0-1 in conference. Boy, you look across the field at Mountain Home, the Bombers, they enter the season undefeated, 4-0, 1-0 in conference play. They're 4-0 for the first time since 1986. I mean, that's many years ago. I was, I don't know what it was in 86, maybe a freshman in high school. So that's been a long time ago, Billy, and a long time for you as well. But they're feeling pretty good here in Mountain Home about their Bombers, beating Fort Smith Southside last week 50-35. And so they come into the game a little different than what Shiloh does. Shiloh's got to have a win to stay in the playoff hunt, trying to get maybe that coveted number 2 seed, get a bye in the playoffs. Mountain Home, they want to stay undefeated and try to prove, to the conference and to Greenwood, who will be coming up on their schedule here shortly, that they're a team to be reckoned with here in the 6A West.
Yeah, Mountain Home, as Cliff mentioned, they went on the road last week to Southside. Fort Smith beat them 50-35. Seems like every team we played this year, Cliff, a dynamic offense, 43 points, 30 points. They put up 50 in the last 2 weeks against Rolla and Southside, but not a offense that puts up a lot of points where they sling it around. They are 70% run. They want to power football with you. And so, Cliff, a little bit different challenge than Greenwood last week, who spread it out. Mountain Home wants to really kind of run it right at you.
Absolutely they do, and they're led by their running back. We'll call his name a lot tonight, and that is Jacob Chenoweth. Jacob Chenoweth last week, get these numbers, 44 rushes for 234 yards, 4 rushing touchdowns. Also caught 4 receptions, 4 passes for 32 yards and a touchdown. So last week against Fort Smith Southside, I don't know if this says one of two things. Does this mean Mr. Jacob Chenoweth is really, really good? Or does this mean Fort Smith Southside's defense isn't really good? We'll find out tonight. I feel like our run defense is pretty good. So if Mr. Chenoweth gets the ball, gets a lot of carries tonight, we definitely have to stop that. Got to look also for a junior two-way player, Barrett Miller. Barrett has been hurt the past couple of weeks. They called his name out in the pregame lineups from the defensive side. So we'll see if Barrett Miller does anything on the offensive side. Quarterback Brantley Phillips, 13 of 20 for 182 yards and 3 touchdowns last week for these Bombers.
Yeah, you talk about Mountain Home. They won last week. Cliff, kind of talking about the Saints. Jake Bodenstein's going to be back at quarterback tonight. Again, Jake at times really played well against Greenwood. Had the big game against Little Rock Christian a couple weeks ago. But as we talked about Chenoweth with his 46 carries last week against Fort Smith Southside, Griffin Mason has kind of been doing the same thing for the Saints. So got to get Griffin. It may be one of those games that who controls the line of scrimmage may win this one.
Yeah, Jake Bodenstein, as you said, sophomore quarterback. He's 38 of 65. That's a 58% completion rate for 416 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So numbers are okay there. Rushing game, Griffin Mason, obviously he's been the horse for it this season. 117 carries, 759 yards. I would love to see Griffin Mason eclipse 1,000 yards tonight. Very doable. He can do it. 5 touchdowns on the season. And then the leading receiver, Chandler Kemp. We've got to watch this a little bit. Chandler injured his thumb last week. Nothing's broken. I think he's a full go out there, but we'll just see if that affects him catching the ball. But he's been the leading receiver, 27 catches for 322 yards. And, you know, kind of a disappointing thing that we just found out this morning is number 62, senior offensive lineman Andrew Dawson was injured last week against Greenwood, had an MRI, and did have a season-ending knee injury. So that stinks for Andrew, being a senior, a great wrestler, and he's here tonight to encourage his team, and he'll encourage them all through the season. But, man, you hate that for a senior in your senior season.
Yeah, we kind of talked about it pregame, and it's not like college football. You don't get to redshirt. It is what it is. And so you'll see Sid Scott kind of plugging in on the offensive line a little bit tonight for the Saints, as they'll have to change up things a little bit. Mountain Home has won the toss, and they have deferred to the second half. Wind will not be a factor here. The flag is as limp as it possibly can be to our left as we look on. So the Saints are going to get the football first. Very nice night. The sun is just set 77 degrees at kickoff. Here, as you see the flag there, and it is very different from last week. We had a pretty strong wind, nothing here. So we heard it kind of driving over Cliff. We heard Mountain Home. I just randomly found the Mountain Home radio station. They were kind of doing a pregame, and you talked about they thought this was maybe the biggest game in 20 or 30 years in Mountain Home. So they're doing a stripe out across the way. The stands are pretty packed over there as well, so a lot of fans. But, hey, there's a lot of Saint fans here, too, even though it's a long drive over to Baxter County. So Saints about to come out of the tunnel, Mountain Home about to come out of their tunnel. So we're about to get ready to kick off 6A West football tonight. So we'll be keeping an eye on the other games. Again, the Saints host Fort Smith Southside and Russellville the next 2 weeks. So a big game tonight is we kind of feel like this is maybe the two teams who are going to be right there in that top 2-3 in the conference when the season ends.
Well, if you're Shiloh, this is I don't want to really, I want to say it, but I don't really mean it. But this is kind of a must-win game for conference seeding. You do not want to go 0-2 in conference and have to battle your way back. You've got Fort Smith Southside coming home at Champion Stadium next week. Then you've got the Russellville Cyclones on homecoming. And you see the Saints coming out here from the north, running to the south. We're in the gold, white, gold tonight. But, these Shiloh Saints, they do not want to start out that deep in a hole. So they can get right back in the thick of the conference race by winning this game tonight. And I expect we'll see. I know they've had a great practice this week. I expect a great product on the field. You know, how will we rebound after a tough loss to Greenwood? Boy, you had a lead through the third quarter last week and then gave up 2 scores at the end of the game, and it just got away from you at the end. But boy, you were neck and neck with those Greenwood Bulldogs all night long. And how will we rebound tonight? We'll have to see.
Yeah, Saints are going to get the football first. And, Cliff mentioned a really physical game. Boy, as I was walking to my car last week, a couple Greenwood players passed me by.
I felt beat up. I don't know if you did too.
And I heard a mom say, that's the most I've ever seen my son get hit in years. And it was just that type of game last week. But, again, you got to put that away because Mountain Home is ready to go, as this is a big game for them. And you can hear their fans are standing up across the way as they're ready for kickoff. So Mountain Home will kick it off. Now, one thing with Mountain Home, they have some adventures in the kicking game. Last week against Fort Smith Southside, Fort Smith Southside returned the opening kick for a touchdown against Mountain Home. 2 weeks earlier against Harrison, Harrison fumbled the opening kickoff move. So they've had some adventures in the kicking game, to say the least. But they have a field goal kicker in warm-ups who is hitting it from 40-plus really consistently. So it'll be an adventure, but Mountain Home's got it. So Bombers are going to kick it off. And Cliff, if I'm not mistaken, this is our first ever matchup between the two, right?
I was just about to say that. The first matchup between Shiloh Christian and Mountain Home Bombers. And I know when the schedule came out back in the summer of who our opponents would be in 6A West, you know, we just looked at 5 new opponents that were playing this season, and that's just fun.
All right, there's the Bombers kick. It's going to be returnable. Griffin Mason's got it at the 8, to the 10, up the field, 15. He's to the 20, and he's going to be tackled there by 3 blue jerseys at the 21-yard line. So Saints will start at their own 21 with a 1st and 10 as Griffin Mason with the kickoff return. So pretty uneventful kickoff there after what Mountain Home has seen 2 of the first 4 weeks. Again, they are 4-0. They defeated West Plains, Missouri 43-21 in their opener, beat Harrison, a team we're somewhat familiar with, 30-14 in week 2, beat Rolla, Missouri 50-25, then Fort Smith Southside 50-35 last week. Griffin Mason's going to shift to the right of Bodenstein as Carnes is going to shift across the right. Bombers have got 8 guys up in the box, so they think the run's coming. Saints are going to send Carnes to the right, and now Kemp this way. Handoff, Griffin Mason to the 20, to the 25. Griff's got some room, and he's across the 30 to the 31-yard line. He's going to be just a little short, it looks like, of the first downs.
They
moved it. Okay, the official this side didn't mark, didn't tell the chains to move. Saints snap it before the chains are set, so real quick. Bodenstein looking, fires, caught, 38 to the 40. It's Carnes, and he's up to the 44. There's a flag from deep in the secondary, so we'll see what this flag is about. The flag is at midfield, so it came from the back judge.
If it stands, it'll be about 11-yard reception.
From that angle, you think it might be a face mask, so let's see.
The official just called it, marked it off. I didn't see the call, but something on Mountain Home.
All right, he's marching 50. Well, we'll give him 15.
Called a hold.
A defensive hold. Okay, that makes sense. He didn't march the 15 off, so couldn't have been a face mask. Either way, Saints quickly across midfield already at the Mountain Home 47. Kemp in motion. Handoff, Griffin coming this way. He cuts it up to the 45, bounces outside to the 40, stiff arms a man, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds in at the Bomber 40-yard line. So a good run of 7 by Griffin Mason there. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 3 at the Mountain Home 40-yard line. Trips to the right for the Saints as they're going with a lot of tempo. Mountain Home having trouble getting lined up. Quick snap, caught, bobbled and dropped by Kemp. Cliff kind of mentioned he had a little bit of a banged-up hand last week. That might have had some effect there. Quick pass was open, but the tempo really, Cliff, giving Mountain Home some problems right now. They're having 2 of the 3 plays. They've not gotten lined up correctly. Bodenstein has a H-back this time as Henley's in the game. The Saints are going to kind of give the hard snap count and look for the sidelines and get their play. 3rd and 3 for Shiloh at the Mountain Home 40. There's a snap, handoff coming up the middle. Big hole, 35-30. He's to the 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Shiloh. Griffin Mason to the house. 44 yards, and the Saints are on the board, 6-0.
Great hole up the middle created by the offensive line. And Griffin, just kind of like, I like to call him Christian McCaffrey a little bit. Just like McCaffrey, just hitting that hole. And, man, he is north and south. He's not trying to juke and outrun anybody except to the end zone. Great, strong run there by Griffin Mason for the first score of the night.
So Saints don't like the look on the swinging gate, so they'll run the kicking game out there. Play clock's at 15, so we should be good there. Saints with a quick score, less than a minute into the game, 49 seconds. Snap is good, kick is on the way, and it is up, and it is good. So Shiloh with a great start, 11-11 to go in the first quarter, and the Saints take a 7-0 lead over the Mountain Home Bombers.
Yeah, we'll see if we got a replay here. And just look at the hole that is created up the middle by this offensive line. Griffin gets the handoff, makes one little cut back to the right, and then he just outruns the defense. Nobody in the safety position, really even in the linebacker position there in the secondary. And Griffin just had a clear shot to the end zone. Shiloh doing exactly what you want to do on the road. You get the ball first, and you put it in the end zone in, what is that?
49 seconds.
Yep.
The opening drive of 49 seconds, and wasn't a big play until the 40-yard run for the Saints just kind of kept moving the chains pretty quickly and moved it down the field. Really, really good job with the tempo there. Really bothered Mountain Home as the Saints get it. So Mountain Home will receive the kick. There's a kick, very high, short though. Going to be taken to the 9, 10, 15, and he's going to be taken off his feet by a sea of white jerseys at about the 19-yard line. That's Barrett Miller. We talked about Miller being injured, did not play last week. One of their better players. He is back this week, but only played defense on the first possession as a two-way player. So 1st and 10 for the Bombers at their 19-yard line. Mountain Home is a primarily running team. They run it about 70% of the time. So big challenge for the Saint front line to stand up. Mountain Home's got a little bit of size up there, so the Saints will have to be strong. First snap is right up the middle. Handoff bouncing outside, and he's hit at the 19 and thrown down there. Basically no gain on the play, so Mountain Home kind of bounced it outside. So Chenoweth with a carry. He'll be the guy. We saw 40-plus carries last week out of number 1 in blue, and he gets the first carry of the night there.
And you see a little bit of tempo here by Mountain Home. They want to keep the speed up as well.
2nd and 9. Saints show blitz, check out of it as Mountain Home looks to the sidelines and they'll check their play. There's a snap. Chenoweth's going to take it up the middle. He breaks one tackle, but then he's thrown down after about a gain of a yard, maybe 2. So it's going to be a 3rd and about 8 for Mountain Home early in the game. Saint defense a chance to get a quick stop right out of the gate after the offense scored in 49 seconds. Mountain Home, again, a team that doesn't pass very much, so it's going to be really important for the Saints to get these guys in long distances tonight and make them do what they're not really all that comfortable doing. Phillips is a quarterback. He's back to pass. He fires over the middle, and it's going to be caught at the 39-yard line. A little seam route right up the middle as he caught Talon Palmer, the 6'1 receiver. So the Bombers going to go in a hurry. They have a first down at their own 39-yard line as they convert the 3rd and 8. There's a snap, going to hand it to Chenoweth. He's hitting the backfield, and Sid Scott's got him, and they're going to throw him down after maybe a yard gain. So we'll call it 2nd down and 9.
And I think, Billy, if Mountain Home's going to have any success tonight, I don't think it's going to be running the ball against this Saint defense. I think it's going to be like what we just saw in that previous possession where they're going to run it some and then hit an open receiver.
Bubble screen to the right. We saw Greenwood do this last week. Going to be shoved out of bounds at the 44-yard line as that pass was caught by Caden Dotson, the junior wide receiver. Dotson's probably one of their better wide receivers that they'll try to get the football to. So 3rd down and about a manageable 3, maybe 4 for Mountain Home. They need to get to about the 49-yard line for the first down. They'll kind of slow the tempo down a little bit here to get their play. So with being a primarily running team, Cliff, if I remember seeing the stats, I don't think they've thrown the ball all year on 3rd and less than 3. So we'll see if they change this year. There's the first time they're going to throw it. Quarterback dumps it out in the flat. It's caught by number 5, who we talked about earlier. He's across midfield, fumbles the football out of bounds, but has the first down. Fumble actually wound up helping him get a couple additional yards, so down to the 48. So for the first time this year, Mountain Home kind of breaks their tendency and gets a first down as they get Miller, who we talked about earlier, playing a little bit of both ways. So 1st and 10 for Mountain Home at the Saint 48, Shiloh 7, Mountain Home 0, 9:21 to go in the first quarter. Rolling right, there's a pass by Phillips. It's going to be caught at the 45. He spins away there and it's going to be pushed backwards. So a gain of maybe 1 or 2 by Dotson, his 2nd catch of the night, the 2nd one on this drive.
Very uncharacteristic there, Mountain Home. 1st and 10, and they come out throwing the ball. So doing a good job so far on these first couple of drives here of mixing it up.
Chenoweth with a little bit of a hold to the right side to the 40, runs into his own man, and it's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 39-yard line as he sprints back in, and so they can go very quickly. So 3rd and short for Mountain Home. So far they've been able to move the football effectively on 3rd down when they've needed to. As Chenoweth comes off, Miller comes in the game. There's the snap, handoff to Miller. He's hit at the line of scrimmage by Scott and stood up.
Well, I think he got it where the initial contact happened, looking at the spot here by the side official. So they'll keep this drive going.
They give him the first down. Yeah, he needed about a half of a yard, but he got that just enough. So a Mountain Home Bomber first down at the Saint 38-yard line.
And this is where the Saint defense really needs to tighten up here.
Back to pass, going to dump it in the flat. It's going to be caught and taken off his feet hard.
Yeah, Xander Salter coming up from the cornerback position, defensive back position, making a low leg tackle as the receiver was extended up. Great tackle there by Xander Salter.
Wilmer, the sophomore receiver, his first catch. Only a gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Mountain Home back to pass. Looking right, in trouble, throws it over the middle. Had his man, but it bounces to him incomplete at the 22-yard line. There's
Mountain Home wanted that catch. Boy, their fans were like, he caught it. No, it bounced. But great pressure by the defensive end for Shiloh, crashing on the quarterback. And he was just able to get it off right before he got hit.
So Phillips and his team will have a 3rd and 8 at the St. 37. Again, Mountain Home has a great kicking game, so we'll see what yardage they really feel like they need. Quarterback's he's hit from behind and sacked at the 39. Looked like he was going to take off and run. Then at the last minute kind of pulled up, and as he did, he got hit from behind and sacked. So it's going to be a loss of about 3 there. It's going to bring up 4th and 11 for Mountain Home at the 39. That'll take them definitely out of field goal range for sure. So you got to think probably not going to punt at this point.
No, absolutely. They'll go for it right here and try to keep this drive going. Shiloh just got to keep it short of, it looks like, about the 27, 28-yard line.
Quick kind of fake snap. Now they drop back in the pooch punt formation. Saints are going to run Salter back there. Quarterback's just going to pooch it where there's nobody at. He's going to roll at the 20 to the 15, inside the 10, inside the 5, and still rolling. Wow, all the way down at the 1.
Perfectly executed.
Give Phillips credit. The Saints ran Salter back, but he was from the opposite side of the field, so he had no shot to get over there.
And how does that ball, you know the shape of a football, Billy. How does
perfectly.
It not flip up on the end and kick left or right? No, it just rolled all the way inside. It looks like the 1-yard line, but the Saint defense did their job.
Yeah,
they stopped
get a
them.
punt. Yeah, 79-yard drive and 49 seconds for the Saints on the first drive. Drive 2 is going to be a little longer. They're going to start at their own 1, so 99 yards to the end zone on the other end that says Bombers. 1st and 10 for Shiloh. Power formation right here is Bodenstein and company got to get a good snap. Starts there. Bodenstein's going to fire it out in the flat. It's caught by Kemp, and he's out of bounds at the 6. So Shiloh throws it out of their own end zone, gets about 6 on first down. So that gets a little breathing room. You'll take that. Saints need to get just past the 10 for the first down as they started it inside their own 1. Let's see if they go back to Griffin Mason here on hard snap count. Mountain Home doesn't show any type of blitz, so Saints will look to the sidelines. They'll shift Griffin Mason to the left of Jake Bodenstein this time. On 2nd down. Handoff. Mason hitting the backfield, and he's going to be thrown down at about the 1. Griff barely got out of the end zone right there. So now it's 3rd and 10. Saints back at the 1. Good job by Mountain Home. They got in the backfield for the first time tonight. And so now danger again for the Saints as they've got 3rd and 10 at their own 1.
Yeah, the original line of scrimmage here is Mountain Home got pressure up the middle, and we've just got to do a little better job blocking there on the offensive line, especially where we are right now.
Let's see what the Saints do. Both corners are in press man coverage, so a go route's an option right here. The Saints are going to empty the backfield. They're going to run the wheel route up the sidelines, and it's going to be caught by Griffin. Did he stay in bounds? He did. Great job by Griffin Mason at the 14-yard line. The Saints ran a little wheel route. Just Griff stopped, sat down, and got it for the first down. So the Saints with a big play of 12 yards, but out to their 13 and a first down. Get off the 1-yard line and shadow the goalpost right there. Mason's going to shift to the left of Bodenstein on 1st and 10. Handoff, Griff coming up the middle, and he's going to get a yard, and that's about it. Good job by Mountain Home up front as they were able to get Griff on the ground after a gain of 1. 2nd and 9 coming up as we'll roll to about what is the halfway part of quarter number 1. Saints on the road with a 7-0 lead. Jake's back to pass. He's looking right, pocket breaks down. He throws it high over the middle and dangerously, and it goes incomplete. Somewhat fortunate there is Mountain Home. The Bombers had 24, Hunter Estes, their defensive back, close to the football, but he couldn't break it in. So now it's 3rd and 9 for the Saints. And so, boy, Cliff, we've had some success with the pass game early. We're going to have to do it again on 3rd and long here.
Yeah, just need our offensive line to give Jake just a little more time there to sit in the pocket and make a good quality throw.
Mountain Home showed blitz as the Saints did the hard count, so Shiloh will look to the sidelines and shift, and number 12, who was coming on the blitz, shift back out of it. So Mountain Home will make their own adjustment. Play clock's at 4. Saints are going to probably have to burn a timeout, and they will, with 6:12 to go in the first quarter with a 3rd down and 9 coming up. Saints leading, though, 7-0, but with a 3rd down and long coming up. Hey, some of our sponsors of 2024 Shiloh Christian Football, our elite video sponsors, Geosurfaces, Roush Coleman Homes, McClarty Daniel, champion video sponsors, Chick-fil-A Springdale, Mr. Sparky, Telecom, Mathis Home, and PaveCon. Elite Visitor Press Box this year sponsored by Smith & Davis Orthodontics. RVS Scoreboard brought to you by RVS, elite championship sponsors, Reliable Poultry, Roush Coleman Homes, Quality Millwork, and Advanced Primary Care. We'd also like to tell you a special note tonight, the Shiloh Christian Legacy Brick Donation Program is back for a limited time. You can reserve your space in the Victory Walk in front of the indoor athletic facility right by Champion Stadium. Starting at just $500, Legacy Bricks are a way to support Shiloh athletics and remain a part of the Shiloh tradition for years to come. You can reserve your spot today by visiting shilohathletics.com. So that sponsorship opportunity back with a chance to make your mark right by Champion Stadium. Saints right now trying to make their mark on a 3rd and 9 at their own 14-yard line. Shiloh will go with 4 receivers this time. Griffin Mason is in the slot to the left. Bombers have 6 guys in the box, showing blitz, back to pass. Bodenstein fires out to the left, incomplete. It was in the direction of Kemp, who kind of kept going. Bodenstein had a little middle pressure there and just kind of had to get rid of that, so he throws it in the direction of Kemp. It's 4th down, and Griffin Mason's going to have to punt out of his own end zone. So at least for the Saints, though, you did get a 1st down on that drive, kind of get a little bit out from at least in your own goalpost. You're not trying to kick out of your own end zone. Griffin's going to be standing at his own 4. Mountain Home has nobody back as we speak. Now they're going to run Miller back, who's their kind of one of their dangerous players. So kind of thought they wouldn't put Saints probably not going to fake it on 4th and 10 from their own 13. There's a snap, kick away, high, good kick. Fair catch is going to be called for at midfield and stopped right there. Really good job on the punt by Griffin Mason. No return at all. Mountain Home gets good field position on the 36-yard punt, but the Saints at least were able to get out from their own end zone a little bit. Mountain Home drove on their first drive and wound up pinning the Saints at the 1. So, Cliff, obviously you want to go score, but at least you kind of killed some clock, got a little momentum, gave your defense a rest on that drive.
Well, great starting field position here on this second drive for Mountain Home, right at midfield. So we'll see what they can do offensively and see if the Saints can stop them on the defensive side.
Trips to the Bombers. They're going to hand it to the big number 1, Chenoweth, and he's going to get a yard, maybe 2 down to the Saint 48. So 2nd down and 8. So Chenoweth on the carry. We'll see if he winds up with his 40-plus carries like he had a week ago. Mountain Home not quite as much tempo right here in the second possession as they did in the first possession. They've got trips to the left again, rolling left. Quarterback's going to throw it down the middle, and it is going to be caught and out of bounds. Big hit put on by the Saints, but the wide receiver held on to it at the 33-yard line and took the hit. So it's going to be a 1st down for the Bombers at the Saint 33-yard line. Cohen Beach with the big hit for the Saints, but he couldn't knock it loose. 1st and 10, Mountain Home. Trips to the right this time. Quarterback rolling, looking, has pressure. In trouble, and he's sacked at the 46-yard line. So a big loss of 13 for the Bombers on that play.
Yeah, Tristan Carpenter making the tackle there, sacking the quarterback. Great job there and great defensive pressure. That's what this Saint defense has to do. They've got to make Phillips just feel it in the backfield when he's stepping back. Again, they run 70, 75% of the time. Here's the replay. But you see the pressure that they bring, just shedding the blocks the defensive line did. Tristan Carpenter making the sack.
So at the 45, 2nd and 22 now for Mountain Home. They're going to run. Chenoweth, he's hitting the backfield and down. They're going to lose more yardage. Back to the 48 is Chenoweth. A loss of 3, so now it's 3rd and 25 for the Bombers. Saint defense with back-to-back big negative plays. So a Mountain Home team that doesn't really like to throw it. Now they've got 3rd and 25 at the own 48. They'll go 4 wide receivers here. Trips to the right. Actually, they'll go a tight end left, so they're going to go an empty backfield for Phillips. Saints fans making a lot of noise on this side as the Saints show blitz on 3rd and 23. They drop out of it. Quick pass over the middle. It's caught at the 40 and down to the 35-yard line. So just a quick seam route. 13 right there.
Got back to about the original line of scrimmage, it looks like. So it'll bring up 4th and, well, they're still behind the chains, 4th and 12 from their own 35, or from the Shiloh 35, excuse me.
Yeah, quick little seam route, picks up 13. So they basically got half of it back, and it's 4th and 12. Now, they did the pooch punt last time from a very similar spot. They don't show that right here. They got trips to the right, Chenoweth in the backfield. Looks like they'll go for it here as they send Wilbur in motion. Now he's going to drop back in a pooch punt formation. Saints asking if they want to send anybody back. They send Cohen Beach back. Oh, he drops the snap. He picks it up, and he kicks it. He got it away. Saints just got to get out of the way to the 20 and down to the 15. But dropping the punt really kept the Saints from being able to be pinned back even more. But a great job by Phillips after dropping it a couple times to get it off somehow at the 15. You'll see the replay here.
Well, I know this wasn't a great deal for Mountain Home. It could have been even worse. As you see, Shiloh brings the pressure and blocks it. But yeah, Chenoweth drops it there. He's lucky to get it off.
Yeah, very fortunate. He found the one hole where there wasn't an arm and got out of the way. Saints started their own 16, 1st and 10. In motion all this way, handoff right up the middle is Griffin Mason. He'll get about 4 out to the 20. So 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Saints. 3 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Shiloh scored on the opening drive in 40-plus seconds and left 7-0. That's been the only point so far in quarter number 1. Bodenstein with a hard snap count. There's a whistle, and the official sees something. I think maybe a false start on the right side of the Saint offensive line. So Shiloh is going to be going from 2nd and 6 now, back behind the chains, 2nd and 11. You can see it there, official calling the false start, facing the Bomber stand. So 2nd and 11 for Shiloh. Trips to the left again. Saints have run this formation a lot tonight in the early going. They're going to send Henley in motion, hand it off up the middle, and hit at the line, and that's about it. Is Griffin Mason. He got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So 3rd and long for Shiloh. Good job by the interior of the Mountain Home defense. Other than the one long run, they've done a pretty good job of kind of blowing things up, Cliff.
Absolutely. Well, just like Shiloh knows all about Chenoweth and what he did for Mountain Home last week on the ground, I'm sure the Bombers know all about number 18, Griffin Mason. He's produced and put up big yards every week of this season so far, so they don't want 18 to win this game for Shiloh.
Saints will empty the backfield. Bodenstein fires down the middle, and it's caught by Slaughter at the 44, and it's going to be a 1st down. Boy, a great pass right there by Bodenstein as he fired a bullet up the seam to Slaughter, and the Saints overcome a 3rd and 11 from their own 15 out to the 43. They'll get the tempo going really quick here. Handoff Griffin Mason going right. Griffin picking his way. He gets across the 45, and that's about it. He'll get a yard, and we'll call it 2nd down and 9 at the 45-yard line. Chenoweth gets down Griffin Mason, so those two understand what the other one feels like tonight. They're very, very similar players. Trips this way. Bodenstein bobbles the snap a little bit. Looking, going to throw it down the field, and it is incomplete at the 30-yard line. Really, really good job by Dalton Carnes there. As the pass was a little underthrown, Dalton came back and knocked it away. Dalton had to play defense there, Cliff.
He did, and give credit to the Mountain Home defender there. He was kind of doing a basketball move, just blocking Dalton out a little bit where he could not come back on the underthrown ball, and really lucky that the ball wasn't picked.
Yeah, very good job by Dalton. Kind of doing what when they teach you young, if you can't catch it, knock it down. He did right there. 3rd and 9, though. Bodenstein back to pass. Blitz coming. It's picked up. Jake's in trouble. Look, they got him in the face mask. Jake's going to run, and he gets to the 49 of Mountain Home, and he's taken down there. He picks up 4 on the scramble, but it's going to be 4th down for the Saints at their own 49. So it'll be an interesting decision. Does Shiloh continue to be aggressive, or do they try to pin the Bombers back? 1 minute exactly to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Shiloh leading. Saints don't look like they're going to punt at their own 48. Now they need to get to the Bomber 46, so it's 4th and 6 officially. Bodenstein with a hard count. Bombers don't show anything. Shiloh shifts their receivers to the near side on 4th down. There's a snap. Jake back to pass. Looking. Fires over the middle. Incomplete. Boy, Kemp got turned around by the linebacker there. No call. St. coaches are kind of wondering where the flag was. The linebacker kind of got away with one there as he turned Kemp around. But either way, Saints turn it over on downs, and Mountain Home's going to start in Shiloh territory at the 48-yard line. So tough one there. Cliff just couldn't convert on 4th down.
Yeah, I thought they may drop Griffin back and do a quick pooch punt, but they chose to go for it and not successful.
Chenoweth plows his way forward down to the 40. Mountain Home, you could kind of see the way their offense sprinted on the field right there. They kind of felt like they got some momentum off of that one a little bit. At the 40, 2nd and 2. 2 receivers right. There's a snap. Chenoweth's going to get it to the 40. He's to the 38, but that should be enough to move the chains, and it is. So a gain of 3 by Chenoweth and a 1st down. And 9 seconds to go in the quarter. We'll see if the Bombers want to run one more play after the ball is set. Doesn't look like they can get it off. It'll be really close if they do. They do get the snap. Handoff Chenoweth to the 35. And he's down to the 33. So Chenoweth gets 5 on what is the final play of the first quarter. So that's the end of the first quarter. We'll flip into the field after we played the entire game. It feels like pretty much on this end of the field. We'll flip it and go the other way as the Bombers trail the Saints 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. So, Cliff, it's kind of been a ball control game so far. Both defenses kind of making some plays when they needed to. And it's just been a battle of Chenoweth versus Griffin Mason, which is kind of what we thought we might see.
Yeah, I mean, that's what both teams want to do. They want to get control of the ground game. Which team is going to do that? I'd say after one quarter, it's tied up. I mean, not on the scoreboard. That's the number that matters. Shiloh's up, one score, 7-0, but both teams, you can see them just trying to control the ground game, control the trenches, and who is going to just wear the defense out first. Griffin Mason in the first quarter, 8 carries for 69 yards and a touchdown. He capped it off with that 40-yard run right up the middle of the opening drive of the game for Shiloh. But then I look at Chenoweth's numbers. I'm keeping his numbers tonight. 9 carries, only 22 yards. So he hasn't had a big one break away yet, so Shiloh's done a good job up to this point. But we got to keep him in check because he's such a dangerous runner.
Yeah, nine carries already for Chenoweth, so he's under his total, looking on pace for 36.
Oh, they're going to ride him. They're going to ride him.
You kind of laugh because you're right, though. You know, he and Griffin Mason, maybe the one who has the most carries at the end of the night, might be the winner of this game. Be an interesting stat to kind of look at the end of the quarter. They've not reset the clock, so that's what the holdup is, getting ready to start the second quarter. There it goes. They reset it. So it's going to be a 2nd down and 5 as we start quarter number 2 at the Shiloh 33-yard line. Phillips walks up. This time he's got Miller in the backfield with him. Miller's going to hand off going left. He's picking his way, and he's going to be hit at the 35, and he may lose 2 right there, so it's going to be 3rd and 7. You know, Cliff, you could tell Miller, if you could see number 5 for Mountain Home with a big knee brace on his left knee, and so he's one of their main players, but you can tell didn't really have that spark, unfortunately, being injured, not playing last week, but trying to go in what is a big game for both teams. 3rd down for the Bombers here. Quarterback Phillips is going to throw a bomb down the right side. It is caught at the 10 and out of bounds for Mountain Home. A great pass down there. Boy, got to give Phillips credit. He had one little place to throw the football, and he did it and dropped it in. A.J. Yolanin on the coverage for the Saints. But it's going to be a 1st and goal for Mountain Home. They mark him out officially at the 2. So the Bombers with a big play here in the passing game. They'll run Miller back out on 1st and goal at the 2. There's a snap, handoff Miller. He's hitting the backfield, spins away, fights his way. Did he score? Apparently not, just short, just inside the 1. So 2nd and goal for the Bombers inside the 1.
Yeah, Miller's so shifty, as is their other run back, Chenoweth. They're just tough to get down. They do a great job of keeping their legs moving. When you hit them, you got to wrap them up and get them down.
Miller's hit. He does not get in. He stopped at the 1. So it's going to bring up 3rd and goal for the Saint defense inside their own 2. Twice they've gotten Mountain Home down. So Mountain Home trying to go quick. They've run a tempo fairly effectively tonight at times. Chenoweth now in the backfield. There's the snap. Chenoweth plows forward.
Stopped him again.
Stuffed. He falls forward at the last second, and he scores. Wow.
boy, had all the momentum stopped, you have to go ahead and get him back because the runner's going to get the benefit of the doubt. If that whistle has not blown, they're going to get the benefit of the doubt if they fall forward. Got to keep the push, the drive, pushing them back.
Man, tough. The Saints had him stood up, but Chenna was able to just find a little bit of a crease and fall into the end zone. And Mountain Home's on the board. Extra point. And snap is bad. The kick is blocked. It's blocked. Wow, that could be a huge point in this game. It was a bad snap. And we talked about the adventures Mountain Home had in the kicking game. Well, it shows up right there as the Saints block the extra point. So 10:37 to go in the first half. It's a 7-6 game as we watch the replay here.
So, boy, the defensive line has him stopped right there. You would think the whistle would have blown, but they allow the play to keep happening. I guess they just determined that there's enough push and momentum that they just kept the play going. And unfortunately, that went against Shiloh as they're able to cross the goal line and get it in just by inches for the first score for the Bombers tonight.
7-6 Saints lead as they block the extra point, though. Platinum sponsors of 2024 Shiloh Christian Football, Harris CPAs, Elite Masonry, Goldfish Swim School of Rogers, Carbon Designs, First National Bank, Rogers Insurance Agency, Family Legacy Planning, Tasseret Fab, LLC, Williams Tractor, Canis, Eclipse Construction, Loma, the Teamwork Core Values signed by the Creighton family, PRZ CPN Advisors, Focus Family Eye Care, Black Hive, TRS Healthcare, Impressions Online Boutique, Retriever Academy, Sims and Renters Insurance, Alecki Construction, Prestige Consumer Healthcare, Riggs Contracting Concrete Specialist, AR Care, Ozark Sportsman, Story Law Firm, ERC, and Universal Supply Company. Mountain Home will kick it off, trailing by a point now as they get on the board for the first time tonight, 7-6. It's a squib kick right up the middle. Saints are going to pick it up at the 25 to the 30, and there's a flag coming all the way from the backside at the 33. So Eldridge picked up the kind of squib kick by Mountain Home, returned it to the 33. There's a flag down, and it is against Mountain Home. Couldn't quite tell what the penalty was. Okay, now the official points the other way. Yeah, it's going to be a block. The official just pointed the wrong way the first time. So a block in the back against the Saints. So Shiloh is going to start backed up at their own 15-yard line. Boy, that's a tough penalty as this return was out to near the 35. So first and 10 Saints at the 15. Shiloh has not had good field position all night. The 21, I believe, Cliff,
I
is
was
their
going to say
best
Mountain
drive.
Home has started at midfield. It seemed like in their 4 drives so far, Shiloh backed inside their 20.
Pulling shifts right, going to hand it to Griffin Mason coming outside, trying to get to the corner. Griff gets to the corner, but there's just nothing there.
No blockers out there.
Griff gets a couple out of that and gets 2 out to the 17, but so 2nd and 8. But Dawson Dunlap made the stop for Mountain Home, but a good job by Mountain Home to contain. They just forced Griffin back in, or there just really wasn't anything to go. Trips to the left for Shiloh. Bodenstein hands it off. Griffin coming this way. He's going to be across the 20 to the 21. So not much there. 3rd down coming up for the Saints. Eli Jones made the stop for the Bombers. So 3rd down, big play for the Saints, 3rd and 4. You don't want to go a quick 3 and out after Mountain Home has just got on the board. Saint offense, after a 49-second drive to start the game, has struggled a little bit since then, just trying to contain things, get something consistent going. Carnes in motion all the way across the field. Back to pass. Blitz coming. Screen coming this way, and it's tipped and incomplete. Boy, Shiloh had it set up, and it was touchdown city if they were able to catch that. But a great job by the defensive lineman for Mountain Home as he gets his hands in the air and knocks down the screen pass. And, man, Cliff, that was a touchdown. There was nothing but white jerseys out here.
Yeah, so quick 3 and out for the Saints. 9:28 remaining here until halftime. 7-6 lead. But, after that initial opening drive where Shiloh scored really quickly, as you said, really have struggled to find anything happening offensively.
So the snap, Griffin Mason kicks. Nobody back deep for the Bombers. It's going to hit around the 45. Oh, great roll. We'll take that. Hits at the 45. Kind of checks up, though, and is down at the 34. But he did get a little more yards after the roll. So 49-yard punt for the Saints. And Mountain Home will start at their own 34-yard line. So Saints, unfortunately, not able to get a first down after Mountain Home puts it in the end zone for the first time tonight. And the Bombers, who felt like they've just had the ball for most of the first half, are going to have it again at their own 34. 9:18 to go in the quarter. Let's see if the Saint defense can get a turnover and kind of shift this field position a little bit. Handoff right up the middle, Chenoweth. He's going to get 2 out to the 36. So, again, as Cliff mentioned, Chenoweth with a lot of carries, his 11th, 13th of the night, but so far only 25 yards rushing. Shiloh's done a good job on you hold Chenoweth to less than 2 yards a carry tonight, Cliff. We're going to have a happy drive home, you would think.
Well, they marked the ball, gave Chenoweth just another yard, so I shorted him 1 yard there. So let's give him 26 yards on 13 carries so far.
A long snap count. Bombers get it off the 4 on the play clock. Quarterback's going to keep it right side. He gets a couple, and then he goes, and Phillips going to run out of bounds at the 39, gain of 3.
I was going to say, the official on our side was giving him a good 5-yard carry, but he backed it up. So it brings up third and I was going to say about 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4 here for the Bombers. Key third down. They don't want to give the ball back to Shiloh. We need to get a stop behind the line of scrimmage or at the line of scrimmage, force a punt, get our offense back on the field.
Yeah, big play here. Saint defense like to get off the field and see if you can kind of get dueling 3 and outs here. Colbert is about 13 yards off to see if they try to throw to the left. They throw over the middle. It's nearly intercepted by Eldridge at the 45. Boy, he got his hands up, though, and knocked it down. Either way, though, Saints get the stop they need.
But I'm looking at Coach J.R. Eldridge here to the right. He is stoic. You can tell that guy's coached for 25 years. He doesn't get too high in the stands. Now, on the field, he's a different character. But in the stands, he's just watching his son out there play. Man, that probably should have been picked off.
Saints get the stop, though. That's the most important thing. Phillips' kick is a high, booming kick. Going to be taken all the way back to 22. Carnes fumbles it, picks it back up, and he's just trying to get what he can. And now, almost a late hit on the outside there. Don't see a flag, though, at the 23. So Carnes bobbled the punt. Boy, what a high, booming kick. Mountain Home has a pretty high home stands and a bigger press box, and it was up above the lights. So that's one thing we kind of, Cliff and I talked about early. The lights are on about the 10-yard line of each side, so it is kind of dark in the middle of the field a little bit there, and that kick was up above him. So Dalton had a tough task right there. But defense does their job at the 23, 1st and 10 for Shiloh. 8:20 to go in the first half. Saints 7, Mountain Home 6. Jake takes the snap, going to hand it to Griff right up the middle, and he's going to get across the 25 to the 26 as Griffin gets 3 on that carry. So 2nd and 7. The Bombers, after that long run by 40 yards by Griffin Mason, have held him in check. A lot of 2- and 3-yard carries since that point.
Yeah, Saints just not doing much in the air so far tonight. Again, it is on really both sides of the field here. It is a ground control game that's happened so far in the first half.
Snap, back to pass. Jake's going to fire out in the flat. It's caught by Carnes, but he's got a man right on him, and he's going to be thrown down after maybe 3. So 3rd down. As Carnes made the catch. But now a 3rd down. Both of these teams have really struggled moving the ball on 3rd down. So 3rd and 4. We'll see if the Saints can kind of break the momentum right here a little bit. Hard snap count, nothing doing for the Mountain Home defense. They have kind of changed their alignment a little bit. They got 3 down linemen right here with 4 linebackers across. Jake's going to change another snap count. Play clock's at 8, so Shiloh gets it. Griffin Mason sees something too. He steps up a little bit. Back to pass Jake. Looking, got time. Throws down the left sideline. It's caught. And by Carnes at the 45, it bobbled a little bit, but Carnes got it. And the Saints are at the 45-yard line. Now the official's going back to talk. Is he going to wave it off, Cliff?
an incomplete. Boy, I don't know. I mean,
I don't know if
Coach Barner's not going to be happy with this.
It's going to be really tough if we have a replay of that. It's going to be really tough because it's all the way across the field on the Mountain Home sideline.
Yeah, we'll see what we called on video here. You see good blocking, good protection on the line. There's the pass, and Dalton comes down with it. It looks like he lands on his back and carries it.
Boy, tough break there. So the Saints are going to have to punt, 4th and 4. Wow. So the long pass is wiped off. Mountain Home's got too many men on the field. They're scrambling, trying to get the right personnel on the field. So Saints get the bad break, but they'll have to overcome it. Good punt by Griffin, very high. Going to be fair caught at the 31-yard line by Dodson. So kind of punt fest right now in this game. Neither team able to do it. 40-yard punt by Griffin Mason. Another good high kick with no return, so you definitely like seeing that. So about halfway through the mark, you see Coach talking to the head official there. Of course, the head official, it wasn't his call.
If we had replay here in high school football in the state of Arkansas, they would look at it, and I think they would overturn that call. But from our vantage point, and you saw it there on the screen, it looked like Dalton Carter came down on his back, cradled the ball. But
well, there we go.
There's a false start, but the official saw it differently.
Well, that'll help. Puts the Mountain Home behind the chain. And an interesting clip. We talked about first down. They run the ball 85, 89% of the time. They were back to pass again on first down right there. So they are definitely trying to break.
Let me correct you, Billy. Your numbers keep upping a little bit.
73%. All right, here we go.
You're like 80, 85%. They are passing a lot, though. I wasn't expecting
they
this
really
much.
are. Yeah, that's surprising. Back to pass. There's a hold, and he's going to be sacked at the 24-yard line. So this one will come back. Now, interesting decision here for the Saints. Do you want to take the sack and make it 2nd and 15, or do you want to take the hold and make it 1st and a whole lot?
Well, you coach. What would you call here?
I would decline it and take the second long.
Yeah, I agree. Most of the time, coaches will push it back, but no, it looks like they're staying with the sack. Good call, Billy.
I just think the fact that you can get Mountain Home, who prefers to run the ball behind the chains with 2nd and long, is probably ideal what you'd like to get. So 2nd and 18 now for Mountain Home. 6:47 to go. Clock stopped on the holding penalty for the Bombers. Officials trying to get the clock running. It's not running at all. Now he gets it going. Mountain Home trying to adjust their pass protection. There's a run play. There's a huge hole right up the middle. Chenoweth, he finally busts one. Colbert's going to get him down at midfield. Well, Mountain Home saw something. They adjusted 2 of their guys up front and got the hole that they wanted on 2nd and 18. So the big draw play takes them all the way out to midfield and a first down.
And on that run right there, Chenoweth just doubled his run total. He had 26 coming into that run. Picked up 26.
Bad snap. It hits the up back. Now the quarterback, Phillips, is going to fall on it at the 42. So a big break there for the Saints. And the fact that it was the snap hit the up back, and they'll wind up losing 8 yards back to the 42. And just like where we were a few seconds ago, 2nd down and 18. So the last play, Chenoweth with the big run up the middle. We'll see if the Bombers do that again. As we hit the halfway mark of the second quarter in a low-scoring defensive struggle right now. 7-6, Saints lead. Play action. Phillips fires into double coverage. It's high and incomplete. Saints had that one really defended well. Yolanen was over there in coverage for the Saints along with Alexander Salter. So now 3rd and 18 with 5:51 to go in the quarter. But unfortunately, Cliff, the bad thing about Chenoweth's run, it got the Bombers out to midfield. So even if you get a punt, you're going to be backed up once again, which is where Shiloh spent most of this half. Shiloh showing an all-out blitz on 3rd and 18. Here they come. Fires, quick hitter, caught by Chenoweth at midfield. He breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackles. And Tristan Carpenter is going to get him down at the 44. But that's a big chunk of yardage for Mountain Home, so they may be aggressive and go for it at the Saint 44. Saints blitz, but they didn't have a screen, but it was kind of a quick seam route, and it worked well right there.
Yeah, and I expect them out home to go for it here. 4th and 4. They've had some momentum. Now they're bringing in a whole lot of new guys. It's like a whole new crew, but I'm really surprised with the way their defense has kind of held Shiloh in check, why they would not go for it. But I would be, if I'm Shiloh, you've got to watch for a fake here. Be aware of maybe a quick pass out to the side.
Yeah, remember the quarterback is the punter. There's the snap. He punts it away. This ball maybe get in the end zone unless it checks up and it goes into the end zone. So interesting to me, Cliff, he didn't pooch it. He'd done such a great job of that earlier. He kicked that one away and kicked it all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So Saints will take over at the 20.
Yeah, really surprised.
Yes,
really
maybe
surprised.
the second. Is this? I think the second best field position we've had all night at our own 20. So It's been that kind of night for the Saint offense. But great job by the defense. Once again, they get the Bombers off the field. 4:59 to go in the first half. Saints with a 7-6 lead. Shiloh had a big touchdown against Greenwood right before the end of the half last week. We'll see if they can match that this week and kind of expand the lead a little bit. Back. Nope, he's going to hand it off. Coming this way is Eldridge. He bounces it outside, but there's just blue jerseys waiting on him. Max falls forward out of the pile, but just nothing doing. He'll lose a yard, so 2nd down and 11. Saints have just not had a lot of success on 1st down tonight. Just haven't been able to get a lot of 2nd and 4, 2nd and 5s in this game. Bodenstein with Eldridge in the game at running back. Jake's going to look time. Got great protection. Fires an out route. It's caught by Slaughter at the 30, and he's across the 30 to the 33-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down for the Saints. So pick up a 14 by Slaughter on that reception as he gets his, I believe, 2nd catch of the night. But more importantly, Saints kind of push it out a little bit, out to the 34 and a 1st down. Back in the game is Griffin Masons. He got a few plays off. Good job by Eldridge of kind of spelling him a little bit. Quick pass out in the flat, caught again by Slaughter. 35 gets some great blocks across the 45. He's up to the 47-yard line. Boy, tremendous job of blocking out there by Chandler Kemp. He had his man pinned against the sideline, and the Saints push it up to the 47 and a 1st down. Gain of 13 on that play, so back-to-back completions right there for Slaughter. Bodenstein back to pass, a 3rd down. Blitz coming, screen coming this way. It's going to be caught, and Kemp's taken down on the bubble screen at the 49-yard line. So Shiloh, who almost had the big play on the screen earlier, came back to it there with the bubble, but Mountain Home's able to kind of take him down after a gain of 2. 3:39 to go, 1st half. Saints have all 3 timeouts. Have 2 timeouts, rather. Bodenstein waits, completes it to Slaughter. He's out of bounds. Should be enough for it. He got a bad spot, though. I don't know if he has it now, actually, Cliff. Yeah, he's going to be short. Boy, lucky he fell forward to the 42. May have had his foot on the out bounds line. So 3rd and 2 for the Saints. Quickly, Shiloh going right here. There's the quick handoff right up the middle. Tripping is Griffin Mason, but he falls forward, pushing his way forward.
Yeah, he's right at the line. He should have it.
Still waiting on a signal from the official, but yeah, there he goes. He tells the chains to move. So 1st down Saints. 3:13 left to go in the 1st half.
So Saints driving here. 3:04 remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Really the first full-length field drive play that they've had. The
screen this way. Oh, incomplete. Well, Mountain Home read that one well. We tried to get it to Carter Henley on the right side. Saints just couldn't get it. Great job by Dunlap to come up and blow the play. So 2nd down and 10 at the 42. 2:53 to go in the 1st half. Beach in motion that way. Handoff Griffin, the right side. 40 Griff to the 35. Oh, he couldn't break that one last tackle he needed. But Griff rips off 8 and brings up a really manageable 3rd down for the Saints. Boy, if Griffin had gotten that last shoestring, he was going to go. 3rd down for the Saints in about 3. 2:33 to go. Clock running here at the end of the 1st half. Handoff Griffin going right side. Got the 1st down to the 30. That'll stop the clock and move the chains. So Griffin with a good run there. Saints have done a good job. They started this drive at their own 20 and have moved it down to the Mountain Home 30.
Well, they're getting good push and blocking on the offensive line. Makes such a huge difference, giving Griffin a lane to run through.
At the 30-yard line, let's see what the Saints want to do on 1st down and 10. Back to pass, going to throw the deep route down the right sideline. It is caught and out of bounds around the 5-yard line as Cohen Beach got loose down the right sideline as Chenoweth was on the coverage there. So at the 4, gain of 25 for the Saints, 26 for the Saints, and a 1st and goal. 2:03 to go in the first half. Well, it's going to be Griffin Mason time right here. Here's Griff. No, quick pass, and it's going to be batted down by the defensive line of Mountain Home. So Saints ran the play action, tried the quick slant. Mountain Home jumped up and knocked it down. Second time tonight, the defensive line of Mountain Home's done a good job.
Big, hefty team coming in here for the Saint offensive line. You got Hudson Ball out there. Boy, they are lined up. You got Hernandez out there. They're lined up heavy on the left side.
Hudson takes the snap. It's not a... and he's going to plow forward to about the 3, maybe the 2. He gets a yard, but that's it. So Hudson went with a kind of quick tempo snap, just couldn't do anything with it. So Hudson Ball and company with a 3rd down and goal at the Bomber 3. 1:40 to go in the first half. Hudson takes the snap. It's high, and he's hitting the backfield. He breaks one tackle, but he isn't going to break the rest of them. Snap was a little high, but they got to give Mountain Home credit. They just blew the Saints up right there. Shiloh looks like they're going to run the field goal unit out with 1:23 to go in the first half. Mountain Home's going to take a timeout. They're going to try to save what clock they can for a drive of their own with 1:19 to go in the half. And Cliff, you just got to give Mountain Home credit. Boy, they came full penetration across the defensive line right there.
Yeah, they really did, and made the stop that they needed to on 3rd down, but it does bring up 4th down where we at the 7-yard line, 8-yard line. So still manageable to maybe pull something off and get it in for the score if we decide to try to go for it here. I don't know. What's your call here? Do you try to take the points? The ball's on the right hash a little bit. Not too deep, not too long of a field goal attempt here. Or do you try to punch it in from 8 yards out?
I think I saw Pullen running out before the timeout was called by Mountain Home. So 7-6 Shiloh leading them. Yeah, they're going to line up. Bodenstein's is on the 15, so it's going to be a 25-yard kick for Aiden Pullen from the hash. But as Cliff mentioned, really tough angle right here. He's got to get a little hook on this one from the far right hash. But 25-yarder definitely in Aiden's distance range. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is on the way, and Aiden drills it right through the uprights, and the Saints with a 10-6 lead. It's a great job by Pullen. In the kicking game, we kind of halfway jokingly mentioned it earlier in the game, and it had been an adventure for Mountain Home on the year. Well, so far the Saints are 2 for 2 in the kicking game. With a blocked extra point and then there a field goal with 1:15 left to go in the first half. So a good job of bookending drives, though, by the Saints. The open drive of the game goes for a touchdown, and what will be likely their last drive of the first half puts a field goal on the board for a 10-6 game. And so, Cliff, as we go into the last 1:15, we've seen the Bombers throw the ball fairly effectively in this football game. Somebody in the defensive secondary with a great opportunity to make a play right here. And if they give it to Chenoweth, you just got to get him on the ground.
Absolutely. I mean, I think they'll just run Chenoweth and run his clock out, maybe break something, and hopefully they can, for Mountain Home, they're hoping that they can, like I said, get a breakaway and maybe get a quick score here. Saints just need to control him, wrap him up, get him on the ground, hit him a time or two, make him feel it. And then let's go into the half knowing that Mountain Home comes out of the half with the ball here leading off in the second half.
Yeah, Saints scored to open the game. So Pullen will kick it off. It's a high kick, angled right. They're going to run up and catch it at the 11, to the 15, to the 20, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds hard at the 25 by Gray Colbert. So that was Palmer on the return for the Bombers. So they will start at their own 25 with 1:10 left to go in the first half. Both teams have 2 timeouts, so if the Bombers throw it twice here really quickly and then maybe decide to run it on a 3rd down and don't get it, the Saints would have the timeouts to use if they want to be aggressive. Bombers had used a timeout earlier to try to save a little time for themselves. They're going to go empty on 1st down, so let's see if it's a quarterback pass. It is. Quarterback's going to dump it over the middle. It's going to be caught to the 30 and then taken off his feet at the 32, so a short gain there of about 7, but you'll take that as Chenoweth makes the catch, his first reception of the day, I believe. So second down for the Bombers, 53 seconds left to go. Empty backfield again, quick bubble screen to the right. It's called at the 30, breaks a tackle, 35-40, and is going to be taken down at the 42-yard line as Miller broke the tackle and gets the first down. That stops the clock with 45 seconds left as the Bombers are at their own 41-yard line. A couple quick passes have done some effective yardage for the Bombers. Bad snap, the quarterback picks it. Nobody was set, yeah.
Back them up 5, that stops the clock. But Mountain Home was just trying to hurry up a little bit.
Oh, the false start actually helped Mountain Home in some way right there, because had it not, quarterback would have been scrambling with a loose football back there. Instead, they're going to be backed up at their 36. 41 seconds. Now the clock should start on the whistle, and there it is. Clock running. Mountain Home has slowed it down right now. They may be content to go to the half. We'll see. Still an empty backfield. Quick pass, not there. Fires over the middle, incomplete at the 47-yard line. Went back up, and they've got an injured man.
Well, the receiver's injured, and then
Phillips
is down a little bit.
Well, the receiver, Dotson, took a big hit over the middle as he kind of got upended trying to catch it. So 26 seconds left. It's going to be second down and 15 for the Bombers. So Dotson, who's one of their go-to targets in the receiving, just took a look. I think he took a helmet to the knee, it looked like, potentially right there, as he kind of got upended on the play. You can see him tapping his knee right there on the outside edge. We'll see the replay here, but
I mean, it was a low tackle as he kind of went up for the pass. I don't know what happened to Phillips in the backfield. There's the hit there. He kind of played that off a little bit. But it just looked like a low hit there in the leg area. But it stops the clock at 26 seconds left. And like I said, Mountain Home will get the ball coming out of the half. And so our defense needs to hold them here. And then we've got to kind of regroup on some things offensively. Defense is doing great. They're holding, again, Chenoweth, by my count, 14 rushes for 52 yards, 1 touchdown. I believe he has 2 pass catches. But he really hasn't hurt you yet. He hasn't broken the big one. But they're going to keep going to him. I mean, just like we're going to keep going to Griffin Mason, Mountain Home's going to keep going to their house back there in Chenoweth.
10-6 our score. Saints with the lead as Dotson gets up slowly. He's going to be helped off by the trainer and his head coach across the way. So, unfortunately, not putting any pressure on that leg.
Yeah, some scores real quickly before the half here around the 6A West. Greenwood, boy, all over Russellville, 35-0. We'll have Russellville at home for homecoming here in 2 Friday nights. Lake Hamilton and Southside are going at it. Fort Smith Southside 3-0. And then obviously our score right here, 10-6.
There's a snap, back to pass. Quarterback's going to run the draw, but he runs right into a sack at the 31-yard line as Gonzalez sacked him. 17 seconds left, clock running. Saints not calling a timeout. Mountain Home with third and a long way. They need to get all the way across midfield for the first down. So I don't think they're going to attempt to run another play, and they may let the half run out, and they do. So that'll be the end of the first half here in Mountain Home. Saints with a 10-6 lead over the Bombers of Mountain Home. And so, Cliff, it has been a defensive slugfest in this one, but the Saints defense up to the task so far.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. And, we saw them do a great job against Greenwood last week, and they're continuing that great defensive play tonight here in Mountain Home. Jake Bodenstein, quarterback, 10 of 19, 122 yards passing. So adequate numbers there for the sophomore quarterback. Griffin Mason, 14 carries, 81 yards, 1 touchdown. So good numbers there by Griffin. And like I said, Chenoweth for Mountain Home, they're all everything running back, 14 carries for 52 yards and a touchdown. So it has been a defensive battle. Obviously, you see it's score 10-6. You know that's defenses. They're showing out so far here in the first half. We'll see which team comes out firing here in the second half, makes the fewest mistakes, and I think we'll have an exciting second half here.
Yeah, exciting second half. So we'll send it down to the field and come back with the second half. Shiloh 10, Mountain Home 6.
I'm My lips, big lips, so chopped. See my butts and my lips don't pop. Bust a few flies in the west, oh yeah. It's the kind of beat that go rock, top, top.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, your Power Bells.
Of everything, but we don't know the worth. We spend all of our time idolizing false prophets. Comparison's the enemy. Stop watching others' pockets. The social system's broken. We divide on every topic. They fabricate the truth and we all monetize the gossip. We know the problems and we see them but don't want to change. We're desensitized to every issue because they let us profit off of people's pain. In this dystopian age, we are the game that he plays, and all the evil, deceitful people should shake our faith. I never seen God's eyes, but I seen the devil's. He walks with man on earth at different levels. He knows the king we serve, so he hates and meddles and prays that we all burn and turn to rebels. He tried to get my soul, but I'll never settle. I walk this lonely road from the burbs to ghettos. I'll take the gift bestowed and return a vessel. I am the one they chose. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Our God is an awesome artist. In perilous times we seek his grace as the world and the times we face turn fake in the face of the devil's mirages. In the midst of the pain disdain and the media's push of all this garbage, I pray that you keep your faith as the whole world breaks and the real get disregarded. It's about time that we take it back. The weight's too great for the camel's back. Strong men made life an easy task, and now the weak men feminize every act. In the church, in the workplace, every class, on the television screen, in the state of rap. All virtues gone and the state of black. We in hell on earth and it's gonna collapse. Integrity's lost, hedonism, we incentivize gods, and the way the revolution will be televised. Gone too far to know if we can rectify. At those gates we will testify. So I'm saying it now for they counter-clockwise. We are living in times where the wicked is all rise, the intelligent fall, while the stupid is all thrive, and the real get pushed aside. Yeah. I never seen God's eyes, but I seen the devil's. He walks with man on earth at different levels. He knows the king we serve, so he hates and meddles and prays that we all burn and turn to rebels. He tried to get my soul, but I'll never say
so wavy. Yeah, we never quit. Hands to the sky, I'm like, mama, we made it. Unashamed with it, that's every day. Got hit with death, that's a heavyweight. He got up, told me to tell it straight. Peace prep, I'm trying to educate. Tell him don't risk it. God got a life and I'm hoping you live it. Hopping out driven. Came with the sauce and these haters start giving. No cowards. Me and my dogs came here to devour. This ours. I got an army, but trust in his power, yeah.
30, 20, data, 10. It don't matter. We gon' win all day. Flex up, no new flag. Flex up, may war. Don't forget, God bless me, y'all. God bless me, y'all. God trust me, y'all. Don't stress me, y'all. God bless me, y'all. God bless me, y'all. God trust me, y'all. Don't stress me, y'all.
I'm in my bag for the beginner. I give you a class. Isn't he bad? Bridget, wait till you witness a jab. Our sentence was finished fast, cause he got up in the flash. The reapers, rippers, slipping dead. I can't do nothing but last. Strong on your soul, like prolong your soul. He don't hold out your soul. He so swell, we rest on. He so cheat code, way too weak for my ego. But he gon' swing low, hit a chariot and carry me home.
30, 20, data, 10. It don't matter. We gon' win all day. Flex up, no new flag. Flex up, may war. Don't forget, God bless me, y'all. God bless me, y'all. God trust me, y'all. Don't stress me, y'all. God bless me, y'all. God bless me, y'all. God trust me, y'all. Don't stress me, y'all. God bless me, y'all. God bless me, y'all. God trust me, y'all. Don't stress me,
My God got it. Yeah, he got it. My God got it. Yeah, he got it. My God got it. Yeah, he got it. Yeah, he got it. Yeah, he got it. My God got it. Yeah, he got it. Yeah, he got it. Yeah, he got it. When I'm feeling, yeah, he got it. When I'm feeling, yeah, he got it. God bless me, yeah, he got it. God bless me, my God got it. When I'm feeling, yeah, he got it. Feeling in my soul, he got it. God bless me, yeah, he got it. God bless me, my God got it. When I'm feeling down, oh, I know. God bless me, yeah. When I'm down, God bless me, yeah. Eyes on the target and the goal in my vision. Bang! I'm taking my shots. I ain't gonna stop. So like it or not, I ain't gonna knock. Yeah, they say the truth will set you free. Well, here I am. God only, I ain't never fear a man. I'm from royalty, so blow your clarinet. I got stripes on me like a pair of stands. I got the confidence. Yeah, call me a monster. Yeah, I'm from the bottom, I'm from the lava. How can I not be this lit? I'm the embodiment. Cause all in all, I'm a winner, never lose, never giving. I don't even know that language. I ain't never been a quitter. All I know is that work ain't gotta tell me how to get it. With my eyes on the target and the goal in my vision. Bang! I'm taking my shots. I ain't gonna stop. So like it or not, I ain't gonna knock. Stop playing like you don't know I'm a problem with it. Stop trying to put a ceiling on me, I ain't got a limit. I'm breaking through walls, I'm kicking in doors. You cannot afford to tell me no, I won't be ignored. Yeah, okay, yeah. I tell them to tell all my enemies. None of your haters offended me. So you ain't killing my energy. I know my people depend on me heavily, yeah. Stay on top like I'm heavenly. I'm a good look like I'm a Kennedy, yeah. I'm on a roll, I'm in the zone. Been here before. You cannot stop me cause I got the glow. I got the glow. When they was telling me no, they said I was doing the most. I had to kick in the door. They wasn't killing my. Cause all in all, I'm a winner, never lose, never giving. I don't even know that language. I ain't never been a quitter. All I know is that work ain't gotta tell me how to get it with my eyes.
Wake up and I get it. Went from 0 to infinity. I know you feel it, this is my time now. It ain't finished, till it's finished, still in my zone. Yeah. Still on my face, yeah, I've been crying out to ya, still in my soul. Ay. I got the spirit in me, you gon' see me shine, still in my zone. Ay. Just take a minute, I'ma go and talk to ya, still in my soul. I got the spirit in me, you gon' see me shine, still in my zone, feeling my soul. I can't do this on my own. I got bodies all around me, wanna see everybody on. Wanna see everybody on. I took my time with every stroke. I'm like, oh my, thank you God, look how far that we have come, yeah. Scoped in the vision, they call me Picasso, the way that I painted my verse. Something like Goku, but I'm not afraid to kill a demon looking to hurt. This a product of the faith, yeah. Infinite and never fade, yeah. In my zone all day, elements of the grave, yeah. Interception, tell the devil never pass. I'll use all your dirty weapons, shoot them back, they call that gas. This is fuel for my obsession, this progression, this is cash. Catch me sleeping like a baby, all my bad dreams in the past, yeah. Hey. Wake up and I get it. Went from 0 to infinity. I know you feel it, this is my time now. It ain't finished, till it's finished, still in my zone. Yeah. Still on my face, yeah, I've been crying out to ya, still in my soul. Ay. I got the spirit in me, you gon' see me shine,
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta keep going. Gotta keep grinding, even if you don't get the credit. I've been really on a dash, throwing touchdown pass. Want my contract maxed, yeah. I done multiplied it back, no division in my count. Y'all should really do the math, yeah. The way that we do it, attracting the Judas, they watch how we move it. I tell you my circle, you say that you down and you gotta prove it. They say that I'm paranoid, I got my reasons. These voices in my head, they say I'm a loser and I gotta beat it. They don't make it this far where I'm from, yeah. Can't believe that we got about the slums, yeah. Wake up in the morning, I'm getting it, cause you don't get nothing for sleeping in. I keep on killing it, that made me infamous, infinite.
Wake up and I get it. Went from 0 to infinity. I know you feel it, this is my time now. It ain't finished, till it's finished, still in my zone. Yeah. Still on my face, yeah, I've been crying out to ya, still in my soul. Ay. I got the spirit in me, you gon' see me shine, Still in my zone.
Okay. I'm about to have a good day. No matter what they say. The sun is shining down on me. Birds are singing praise. I'm about to have a good day. In every single way. The God who made the universe knows me by my name, so it's a good day. Baby in my arms, walking through the neighborhood. Living in the present, not woulda, shoulda, or coulda. I remember back when I was low as a rug. Now I'm standing up, look at what my father does. Turning all things new, gray skies blue. Hear the church saying, won't he do it? I know he's got my back. That's why I'm singing that. I'm about to have a good day. No matter what they say. Sun is shining down on me. Birds are singing praise. I'm about to have a good day. In every single way. The God who made the universe knows me by my name, so it's a good day. It's a good day, no, it's great. Everything I prayed for didn't come in late. I got all I need and I didn't have to wait. Ask me if you love me, you didn't hesitate. Turning all things new, gray skies blue. Hear the church saying, won't he do it? I know he's got my back. That's why I'm singing that. I'm about to have a good day. No matter what they say. Sun is shining down on me. Birds are singing. it's a good day. Down, but now I'm up. Yeah, this all God, this ain't no love. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that mud. Whoa. Yeah, I was down, but now I'm up, 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 up. I was down, but now I'm up. Yeah, this all God, this ain't no love. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that mud. Yeah, yeah, I was down, but now I'm like my name Lazarus. No Satan gon' be mad at this. I had to ask my dad if it's okay to swing my bat at this. He said, boy, if I picture this out of the park, moving so quick it's like they stuck in park. They see the numbers, but I see the heart. 10,000 hours you spent in the dark, putting in good work, even though you didn't even know that it would work. Talking about a man who grew up in woodwork, do it for the love of it, that's the way it should work. Yeah, yeah. I know some people gon' look at me crazy and I'm like, for what? Man, I was stuck, I was down, but now I'm up. Yeah, this all God, this ain't no love. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that mud. Yeah, yeah, I was down, but now I'm up, 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 up. I was down, but now I'm down. Now I'm up like a seesaw. When I'm on a beat like an old man's lawn, better keep off. From the ground to the treetops, got clouds on my feet like Jack and the Beast. I jumped off quick, went straight in a free fall. Cowboy hat and a mic singing yeehaw. Landed on my feet like a feline, put them back in the seat like a recline. Ay, what you mean I'm not worthy? Did it with a purpose, didn't need a permit. Digging from the bottom and I brought it to the surface. Mind your business now, who I worship. Who the little guy making big, big, big moves. Tick tock, turn it to a tick, 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 boom. Yeah, I talk a lot of stuff, probably thought it was a bluff, till I went and turned it where I was down, but now I'm up. Let's go. Yeah. This all God, this ain't no love. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that mud. Yeah, yeah, I was down, but now I'm up, 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 up. I was down, but now I'm up. I told my mama it's gonna be okay. Papa told me it's gonna be okay. I just pray that I'm walking in faith. Any other way is not the way. I've been on the run a lot of days, trying to fill my heart.
Welcome back from halftime at Bomber Stadium in Mountain Home, Arkansas. The Shiloh Saints have a 10-6 lead over the Mountain Home Bombers here at the halftime. It's been a defensive struggle. Saints scored within 40 seconds to start the game. On the opening drive, took a 7-0 lead. Mountain Home scored late in the second quarter to make it 7-6, but a key blocked extra point kept it at a 1-point game, and the Saints in the last minute of the first half were able to kick a field goal to make a 10-6 lead. And so, Cliff, just what you expect with Shiloh football, a defensive struggle.
Absolutely. I mean, when I was driving over here today, I thought, it's probably going to be tough scoring points today, tough getting first downs, and at the half, I would really be surprised if we, two teams combined, or it's over 15 points. Well, I'm just making all that up. Just kidding. That's not what I thought at all. I thought we would be able to run the ball on Mountain Home and pass the ball on Mountain Home and put up a few more points. And so you got to give Mountain Home's defense credit. They have kept Shiloh in check, done a great job of pursuing Griffin Mason in the backfield and pressuring Jake Bodenstein a few times. And like you said, just that opening quick touchdown and then a field goal on Shiloh's last drive, their sixth drive of the first half, but everything else has been a turnover on downs and 3 punts. So Mountain Home's done what they needed to do defensively, And I think you could say the same thing for Shiloh Script. They've done the same thing on their defensive side of the ball, where they have kept Mountain Home in check, especially their running back that we've talked about that has, 14 carries for 52 yards. So they have kept Chenoweth in check so far in the first half. We got to do it for another half, keep him out of the end zone, and hopefully we can get in the end zone a few times ourselves and get a little space here.
So Miller is back deep for Mountain Home. They've actually just switched Miller and Palmer with sides as the Saints line it up on the hash. And as they swap them, Pullen just turns and angles it the other way. High kick. They're going to fair catch, and it's going to be made at the 31 by Gus Wilbur. So at the 32, that's where Mountain Home will start the second half of this game. Saints up 4. And so Cliff a little just make them fair catch it, kind of pin them back a little bit.
Yeah, they're giving up a little yardage there to not have anything bust open big. You know, Mountain Home, it seemed like all their drives started at midfield, it felt like. Shiloh's drive started inside their 20.
First and 10, handoff Chenoweth. Going right, he's hit in the backfield, and down he goes. So Chenoweth will lose yards on his first carry of half number 2. As the Saint defense was able to get there.
And that's the defensive pressure that we need to have when Chenoweth has the ball. Get to him quick, wrap him up, get him on the ground.
Yolanen on the stop as he got him in the backfield. So 2nd and 13, a loss of 3 for Chenoweth on his first carry of the second half. Saints are going to adjust and back off a little bit here. Snap, handoff, Chenoweth coming up the middle. He's hit and taken down at the line of scrimmage, maybe even lost a yard. Good tackle by the Saints. So 3rd down as Hudson Ball came flying in from his defensive end spot to make the stop. So 3rd and long for the Bombers. 3rd down and 13. They'll officially give Chenoweth no gain. Saint defense trying to get a quick 3 and out, which would be huge because for the first time you would have at least some decent field position if you could stop Mountain Home here.
Mountain Home has shown in 3rd and long they can hit their receivers across the middle, so Shiloh's got to be prepared for that.
The seam routes have been effective for them so far. They're going to run the bubble this way. It's caught at the 30, and down he goes at the 31-yard line. So quick pass out here to Kincaid, and quickly job, and what a great job by the Saint defense of 3 and out.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what you want to do. If you're Mountain Home, that's not what you want to do, coming out of the half with the ball. But if you're the Shiloh defense, your defense was just on the field at the end of the first half. They come back out here to start the second half, and they force a 3 and out. Great job by this defensive line.
So Phillips will punt it away. High kick, angled the other way. Carter's going to take it at the 30 to the 35 to the 40, and then going to be pushed down at the 42. So Dalton with a good return out to the 42-yard line. So Saints with good field position finally for seems like the first time in Cliff Club. This may be our best starting position of the night.
Yeah, nice high kick there by Mountain Home, but with the return only about a 33 net. So Mountain Home not able to flip the field. Shiloh with great field position here on their first drive of the second half.
Good job by Carnes of catching the high punt and getting some positive yardage. Back to pass, Bodenstein looking, going to throw deep down the middle of the field to Slaughter, and he bobbles and cannot hang on as he had Miller all over him at the 25-yard line. Pass goes incomplete.
He's on his back the whole time there. Could have thrown the flag, didn't get it.
2nd and 10. Saints try to take a deep shot right out of the gate. Had the one-on-one coverage. Slaughter tried to make the leap and catch. Just couldn't. Quick snap. Bodenstein's going to roll right. He's got time, fires, and it's caught at the 49. Slaughter dives for the sticks, but they say he stepped out of bounds at midfield. So it's going to be 3rd down and 2 for Shiloh at the midfield stripe. Saints will line up as quickly as they possibly can. 3rd and 2. Bombers with only 3 men. Now they'll walk a 4th man up to the defensive line to go through. Saints with 4 receivers on the field. This time they have Henley in the slot to the right. They're going to throw it. It's a pass to Griffin Mason in the backfield. Griffin's going to get back to the 49 and lose a yard. So Saints tried a little quick dump pass to Griffin Mason out of the backfield. He couldn't get anything. So 4th and 3 at the 49-yard line for the Saints. Shiloh, no hesitation. They call the play. They're going to go for it. 4th and 3 at their own 49-yard line. The ball gets knocked loose by one of the Mountain Home players.
Well, this will be an interesting call. We're calling delay a game on us. I did not see what happened. I just saw the ball kind of bounce around, then our center goes and picks it up. So, boy, that forces a different decision here for Coach Barnard.
Yeah, 4th down. Saints going to run the punt team on the field.
Man, what a weird play.
We'll see if we can. I'm not sure if we can get a replay of a play that never happened, but okay, so we've been told, our crew said we don't have a replay, but as one of our linemen was going to get set, they accidentally kicked the football. So that's what the delay of game. So Griffin Mason will punt it away. Griff with a good high kick, angled toward the sidelines at the 20. Unfortunately, takes a terrible bounce for the Saints as it comes backwards and out of bounds at the 18. There was nobody back deep for Mountain Home, so if that ball would have rolled, it would have just been a race. Could you keep it out of the end zone? Instead, it checks up and goes out of bounds.
38-yard punt there by Griff.
At the 18. 9:14 to go in the first half, so both teams kind of keep what happened in the first half going, and both with a 3 and out to start half number 2. Now the kicking football is loose.
Well, like our camera crew, Brian Dunaway, said there in the truck, I mean, he accidentally kicked the ball. I mean, how many accidents do you get in a game, you know?
Fortunately, a bad one for us. There's a quick pass out to the flat. Boy, great job by the receiver, and they're going to say incomplete. It looked like the quarterback was trying to throw it to somebody else, and number 4, Kincaid, saw it and just went and dove with the football. Heads up play by him, but it goes incomplete, so 2nd and 10. Yeah, it looked like, Cliff, they were trying to set the bubble screen up, and the bubble guy didn't realize it. Mountain Home with a little bit different look here. 2 receivers on each side. They ran a lot of trips in the first half, so that kind of looks like they're going to be adjustment for the second half. Of course, they also lost their number 3, Dotson, in the first half, too. Handoff Chenoweth. He gets taken down at the 20-yard line. Gain of 2. Hudson Ball got him down there, so it's 3rd down and 8 coming up as Chenoweth is held to a 2-gain. Good job by Ball there with a stop. So, again, big play. It's been a 3rd down kind of failure to launch for both teams here on 3rd down. So if the Saints can keep that going, and we want it for this drive, and maybe we can swing it around the other way on the next one. Shiloh showing blitz. We'll see. Back to pass. Phillips looks, got time. Now giving pressure. He throws it. It's caught at the 20. Just got to get him on the ground. And he's taken down at the 23. Gain of 3. He's going to bring up 4th and 5 as Phillips got crunched in the backfield. Multiple guys hit him at the same time. Great job by the Saints. They let him catch a football and get him on the ground. Exactly what you want to do, 4th and 5.
You know, if you're just looking at the score here or maybe listening to us, not watching us, Billy, you would think, man, it must be raining there, or, you know, the ball slick, the field slick, it's foggy or whatever. This kind of a defensive struggle that we have going on here.
Bad snap. Phillips gets it away. It's blocked. It's blocked. The Saints catch it out of the air. Touchdown, Shiloh. Carpenter caught it out of the air, and the Saints defense gets a huge play on special teams to go up 16-6.
I didn't see who the initial block was, but Tristan Carpenter, the senior safety, comes down, catches the ball, runs it into the end zone for the defensive scorer, special team score, and maybe this is the break that the Saints need to kind of jumpstart their offensive engines here. What a play.
So let's see if the Saints go for 2 right here. Mountain Home only had 10 men on the field. They run a player on. Now they run another player on the field. Saints are going to go. They've got numbers. Bodenstein back to pass. Throws. It is incomplete. Boy, nearly caught that one in the back of the end zone. Saints couldn't do it. Saints are furious that Mountain Home was running players on during the field during the play, and it didn't look like he got on sides, which is what the Saint coaching staff, multiple coaches just with their arms up in the air. Coach Tucker Barnard very frustrated as the Saints don't get the call. So the 2-point conversion fails, and it stays a 16-6 game. But the big thing, Cliff, and we kind of talked about the first half, the Saints just had no field position. Well, you got field position, and then you got a big play out of the special teams.
Absolutely. Here's the replay, and we'll see if we can tell who blocks the punt. They come from the left side. It's a high snap, And I'm going to watch the number there. It looks like he's high-stepping. Who is that? Man, I couldn't tell. Was it Brody Francis?
Brody Francis got it.
All right. I think the most exciting thing outside of the score was him high-stepping after the block, and he realizes Tristan called it. He's running it into the score, and Brody just high-steps it through the end zone.
So Brody
Love
Francis, the sophomore, and he's a name you're going to hear a lot in the next couple of years for the Saints. Just really dominated some junior high games last night. So Brody with a block punt, and this game has turned a little bit. Saints now up 10, 16-6. And so you can tell Shiloh playing a little mind games with the kickoff teams too. They line it up on different hashes each time, just trying to keep the ball away from Miller back deep. There's the kick. It's high and angled to the right side. They're going to take the Bombers at the 6. Up the field to the 10, 15, cuts up the field to 20, and then the Saints just kind of mow him down at the 26-yard line. Good. A lot of tackling right there by white jerseys and gold hats to the football. So 16-6. Saints with their biggest lead of the night with 7:48 to go in the third quarter.
So I think this defense will come back on the field for Shiloh, and they'll have a little more pep in their step after the special teams play there, the scoop, the score, give them a little more of a cushion here with the score, 16-6, as you said. And now Mountain Home's really starting at their, 27-yard line. They've really got to get something going this drive here.
Handoff Chenoweth. He's going to be hit. He dives forward to the 30, to the 31. Colbert and Eldridge and Sid Scott, all three combined on the tackle. Gain of 4, so 2nd and 6 for the Saints. Good job by Colbert of coming in from the side, and then Scott at the defensive line, getting them on the ground. 2nd down at the 31. Clock going, 7:26 to go in the third quarter. Saints with the biggest lead of the night, 16-6.
And it's not part of the game that Mountain Home has to speed their tempo up and kind of do things that they uncharacteristically do as a team. But they don't need to waste too much time here in this third quarter.
And Sid Scott's got number 1, and he slings him down for basically maybe a yard for Chenoweth. We'll be generous and give him that. But he ran right into Sid Scott, who got him on the ground. 3rd down for the Bombers, and about 5 here as Shiloh's defense trying to get what would be their 3rd quick stop of the half.
Yeah, key 3rd down here for Mountain Home on the offensive side of the ball. They've got to keep this drive going. You've just given up a score. You don't want to give the ball back to Shiloh just yet.
Back to pass. Quarterback looks. He's in trouble. Rolling to his right. Boy, it looks like they got away with a hold as he throws. Is it intercepted? It is! It's intercepted by A.J. Ulanen at the 36-yard line of Mountain Home. Give the Saint defensive line credit. They flushed Phillips out of the pocket. He threw off his back foot because of the pressure, and Ulanen came up from the safety spot with the interception.
Yeah, great pressure there, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. He's going to his right. You see, I don't know who that is that put the shot on the quarterback, but he just makes a lazy throw to his receiver on the Mountain Home sidelines. A.J. reads it perfectly, makes the catch, and great field position for Shiloh here.
Well, the defense coming up special so far in this one. A block punt for a touchdown and now an interception. Saints at the Mountain Home 36, up 10 here in the third quarter. It's going to be a double pass. Saints are going to try to throw it, and they just throw it away. Really, really good job there by Cohen Beach. There's a flag down. Saints went with a double pass right there. Mountain Home was all over it. And Cohen just very smartly, calmly just threw it out of bounds.
Yeah, they may call a lineman downfield on Shiloh after the double pass here. We'll see what the official calls.
False start against the Saints.
So false start is the call. That'll back Shiloh up 5 yards.
Well, and one positive to that, Cliff, with a false start, you get the down back. So it's 1st and 15, but at the same time, the Saints kind of used a trick play in the book right there and weren't able to get it off with the false start. So 1st and 15, Shiloh at their own 41. Bodenstein fires out in the flat, caught by Kemp. Kemp to the 40, to the 35. He's to the 30, and he's going to be thrown out of bounds there. Good play there as Saints pick up some big yardage and will have a much more manageable 3rd down.
About 11-yard gain there from Bodenstein to Kemp.
Quick Second down coming up. Bubble screen left, call to the 30, to the 25. Slider's going to get to the 23, and he will move the chains for a first down. First and 10, Saints. Moving the football here after the stop. Handoff going left. Griffin to the 20. Griff plows forward. Look at Griff push the foul forward. Good run there by Mason. He's going to be taken down, it looks like, at the 17. So Griff will get 7 on that. 2nd and 3. Saints trying to get their alignment on the right side set up with a trips formation. Jake waiting for us to set up. They'll go trips to the right, one receiver to the left. Griffin Mason in the backfield. Back to pass. Jake fires in the flat. It's going to be caught by Slaughter at the 15. He cuts inside to the 10, stays on his feet, and he's knocked out of bounds inside. Well, they're going to say stepped out at the 6, but a gain of 12 as Slaughter's had a good night tonight in the passing game. Saints have found ways to get in the ball creatively. Now it's a 1st and goal at the Mountain Home 6 with 5:27 left to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, 7 receptions for Slider tonight, 89 yards. He's been the go-to guy for the Saints.
There's a handoff. Griffin Mason, 5, end zone, touchdown, Shiloh, as Griffin Mason takes it in for the touchdown, and the Saints push the lead out to 22-6 with 5:22 left to go in the third quarter.
And man, just what Mountain Home did not want to happen to them coming out of the half. They kicked off, or they had to punt their first drive. Then you had a punt block for a score. You just threw an interception. Now Shiloh scores off of that, and Shiloh has really opened up this game here in the third quarter.
Now Shiloh will go for 2 to try to expand the lead to 24-6 here. And now the Saints can't get their alignment right. Coach says, let's have a timeout and talk this over. So Shiloh trying to go up 18 is to try to expand the lead out. 22-6, Saints lead.
So yeah, you just see, man, we had a defensive battle in the first half, and then you just see kind of what turnovers do to you and how a turnover can really change the momentum of the game. Mountain Home came out of the half getting the ball, feeling pretty good, a 10-6 score, but they have to punt, like I said, and then you have a punt block for a score. That's a mistake. Then you have an interception. That's a mistake. And so the mistakes have haunted the Bombers here in the third quarter. Shiloh has taken advantage of them and just looked like a different team offensively, but it all starts from the defensive side, so you've got to give those guys credit. They have done a great job. Hey, while we've got a timeout here, I just want to say something real quick, Billy, about the Shiloh cross-country team. They are running tomorrow in a night run in Memphis at the Frank Horton Night Classic tomorrow night. Our cross-country team, great runners, represent Shiloh very well. Good luck to those guys tomorrow as they run in Memphis.
Extra point attempt coming. The Saints will try to go up 17. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up, and it is good. Shiloh takes a 23-6 lead, so that makes it a 3-score game. So that was a really big. You talk about that extra point early in the game. It matters now that it pushed a 2-score. You know, Cliff, talking about Shiloh teams, our girls golf team finished 2nd in the state. So state runner-ups this week, and they were in the state championship. So just across the board, cross-country, golf, volleyball team
volleyball is
in conference play.
They're spiking it out of the gym. I don't know what terminology volleyball players use, but they're doing great and undefeated in conference play. So yeah, just and I know there's all kinds of other organizations affiliated with Shiloh, but just speaking sports-wise, they're having a very good fall at Shiloh Christian School.
Saints will kick it off up 23-6 with 5:22 left to go in the third quarter of this game. So Saint defense, though, got to keep working. As you have a 23-6 lead, need to keep that lead intact. Don't give up something quick and easy. The Bombers have only had one scoring drive the whole night. So the Saint defense has done the job. There's the kick. Good one, angled. But they're going to take it at the 5 to the 10. They're going to throw it across the field, 15, 20, up the sideline, and a great open field tackle at the 31-yard line by Gray Colbert. Boy, first of all, great job. First of all, great job by Gray to stay at home, and then second, he makes the open field tackle. Here's the touchdown replay really quick from the Saints.
First and 10 from the 31-yard line.
As you see Griffin Mason get his way in the end zone off the right side of the offensive line. 5:15 to go, third quarter. Saints have come out throwing haymakers to start the second half, up 23-6 now. All of the Bombers of Mountain Home, 13 points in the second half. Back to pass, fires deep down the right sideline, and it is caught and dropped.
Well, he had it.
Did he catch it and step out of bounds?
No, it came out as he was going down. So incomplete pass. But this is what Shiloh's, the turnovers leading to touchdowns, and the lead that we have now is forcing the Bombers to do. They're with 5 minutes left here in the third quarter. It's forcing them out of their game plan a little bit. They're going to have to pass just a little more than they probably wanted to. They would probably like to have a lead and let Chenoweth just run them into a win, but they can't do that. Chenoweth, they're all everything running back, 19 carries for only 55 yards. Shiloh's done a good job of keeping him in check, but 2 or 3 yards isn't going to do it for the Bombers here.
Phillips is going to hand it off to Chenoweth. He's hit at the line again.
And right when I say
job.
that, they pick up 1 yard.
Yeah,
you know?
You'll take it. Chenoweth had a 26-yard carry on a kind of a draw play on second and long early, kind of early to mid-second quarter.
Yeah,
Other than that, Saints have done nothing.
Yeah, I was going to say, his 14th carry, he had a 26-yarder, but I'm looking here at what I get, and everything else is 2, 3, 5, 1, negative yardage.
3rd and 10 for the Bombers. Another opportunity for the Saint defense here to get off field. Shiloh showing blitz. Back to pass. Phillips fires. The little seam route is called at the 42. That should give the Bombers a first down, and it will. Well, the seam route has been effective tonight for Mountain Home as they got another first down right there when they needed one the most. Quick snap, handoff Chenoweth. He's going to be hit. He's going to fall forward to the 45. So Chenoweth gets about 3 right there. 2nd down and 7. Saint defense was trying to get a quick substitution very quick. Mountain Home snaps it. Back to pass. They wanted the bubble. Not there. Quarterback Phillips in trouble. He's sacked. Well, he throws it and gets it off. What a great play by Phillips. And it's called at the 47-yard line, and gives 7 and Blue a credit. He had 2 guys pulling him to the ground and turned and found an open receiver. So at the Saint 48, Mountain Home with some quick tempo as they're moving the football here. 4 minutes to go. Handoff Chenoweth up the middle to the 45, and he tripped up at the 44 as he picks up 4 on first down.
Yeah, and you see here, Mountain Home, they've got Shiloh on their heels a little bit defensively. They're wanting to speed this tempo up. They're doing a good job of mixing it up between run and pass.
Back to pass. Phillips fires out in the flat. It's going to be a diving catch at the 40-yard line by the wide receiver, number 4, Kincaid. Kincaid has made a couple really good catches for the Bombers. Makes one there down to the 40. Brings up 3rd and 2. There's a snap. Handoff Chenoweth. He's hit. He spins away and dives, and I think he got the first down. He does to the 37. Good job by Chenoweth. He was hit it around the line of scrimmage and just kind of fought and clawed his way for the extra yards that he needed in a first down. So the Bombers will slow it down a little bit here as they couldn't quite keep the tempo either going as well. So at the 37, first down Mountain Home, 3:17 left to go, third quarter. Phillips back to pass. Going to throw a bomb down the right sidelines, and it is caught and out of bounds at the 14-yard line. Well, if there's one thing Phillips does well, it's throw the pass deep down the right sideline. He's dropped it in the bucket twice right there.
Yeah, the coverage just a little soft there down the field. Got to get a little tighter man coverage on the receivers.
Mountain Home on the move at the St. 13-yard line. Fires out in the flat. Bubble caught 10 and down to the 5-yard line. So a gain of 8 on first down. Mountain Home keeps it moving down. Gray Colbert kind of slow getting up on that left side as he took a big hit. Kind of got hit a little bit by Yalon and a little bit there as AJ was coming in to make the tackle. A little friendly fire. Mountain Home's got Chenoweth in the backfield. Snap, handoff Chenoweth going left. He's to the 4, and then he's pushed and taken down backwards and thrown down hard by Carpenter, Gonzalez, Eldridge, Somebody else had him by the foot. I think it was Carter Henley. So 3rd down and 2 from the 5. No doubt Mountain Home down 17. This is 4-down territory for the Bombers. Snap, back to pass, doesn't have anything. Look, he's got Chenoweth in the flat. He's caught at the 5. Can he get in the end zone? No, he's taken down at the 1, but that got the first down, I believe it did. It's a first down. So Chenoweth just kind of floated out to the flat, got himself open, and the Bombers with a 1st and goal at the 1.
And this is where Shiloh can make a difference here on the defensive line area. If we can get in the backfield, I don't expect Mountain Home to be passing much here. They're going to try 4 runs and punch it in.
Handoff Chenoweth is right as Cliff said. He's hitting the backfield, and he's going to spun down. He'll lose a yard back to the 2, so 2nd and goal at the 2. Saints got a lot of pressure right there, and then coming up the middle was A.J. Ilanen who made the stop. So 2nd and goal at the 2. Saint fans cheering for the defense a little bit here, like trying to hold Mountain Home out of the end zone. Power formation to the right. They're going to roll right. It's a quarterback keep. Phillips dives, and he got in. Touchdown, Bombers. So that just went with a power formation, and Phillips used the offensive line to get him around the end. So that makes it a 23-12 game as the Saints lead is cut to 11 with 1:28 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, great drive by Mountain Home all the way down the field, mixing it up with the run and the pass. And then the quarterback able to follow his big offensive line. The hole they create on the right side, he punches it in.
Snap
extra point pending.
And the kick is up this time and good. So it's 23-13 now with 1:28 to go in the 3rd quarter. So Mountain Home was on the ropes a little bit. Well, they're undefeated for a reason. They come back and get a big touchdown drive when they really had to have it the most to cut the Saint lead to 10 with now 1:28 to go in the 3rd quarter. And Cliff, after a little bit of a defensive struggle, we've seen the offenses kind of come to awake, and the second half adjustments are working well for both teams right here.
Absolutely. Shiloh's got 2 scores here in the second half, and that's the first score for Mountain Home here in the 3rd quarter as they inch just a little bit closer. But I like where we are right now. Shiloh up 23-13, 1:28 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Mountain Home about to kick it off to Shiloh, so be nice to see us use a little clock, but take advantage. If we have an opportunity to punch it in quick, we'll punch it in quick.
Saints lead cut to 10, 23-13. Offense has had a good couple of last possessions, so we'll see if they can answer the Mountain Home response, 23-13. See if the Bombers think about maybe a little trickiness, onside or anything like that. Saints may have been thinking that too. They line up in an onside kick prevent defense. So there's only one guy back, it's Griffin Mason. So not the typical kick return you would typically see. We'll see Mountain Home kicks it deep. If they do kick it deep, you kind of hope he kicks it into the end zone with the Saints only having one guy back. It's a squib kick. It's going to go down the middle. Saints are going to fumble it at the 20 and just fall on it at the 26. So squib kick there by Mountain Home, effective. Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard lines. Griffin just kind of fell on that. So ready to go for the Saints drive. Need to kind of at least run the quarter out here, keep a little bit of momentum as the Saints have a 23-13 lead. A punt block for a touchdown really swung the momentum of this game. Trips for the Saints. Bodenstein back to pass, rolling, has pressure, fires, caught at the 37-yard line. It's Slider again as he makes the catch, and that's a 1st down. So a gain of 10 for the Saints on 1st down as Shiloh moves the football. Trips again to the left, Griffin Mason to the right of quarterback Jake Bodenstein. 1st down, low snap, and Jake's just going to have to pick it up and run forward and get what he can. So Bodenstein will get it back and we'll give him a yard. So 2nd and 9 was a little bit of a low snap. Bodenstein couldn't hand it to Griffin Mason at that point, so he just had to get what he could. 2nd down. Slider, the only receiver over here to the right for the Saints. Jake's going to shift Griffin Mason to his his right. Back to pass, looking, going to throw the wheel route to Griffin. It's caught at the 40, can't stay in bounds. but he does have the reception at the 39-yard line of Mountain Home. So Saints with a big play, and it's a first down.
Nice throw, a little pump fake there by Jake, and then just hits Griffin coming out of the backfield. Leads him where only Griffin can make the catch. Great job.
Mountain Home struggling to get lined up on the defensive front. Saints run Slaughter in the orbit motion. They're going to throw it to him out that way to the 40, to the 35. He breaks a tackle to the 30, still going up the sideline, and then pushed out of bounds at the 26-yard line. So a gain of 13 for the Saints with 33 seconds left to go in the third quarter. So Saints getting a little creative, getting Slaughter open in a different way right there, and a first down at the 26. Saints will send a man in motion, Kemp. Handoff left side, Griffin Mason. Griffin going to plow his way and pick his way. Still on his feet. Griffin pushing the foul down to the 15. He'll pick up 11 on that carry and give the Saints a first down. 22 seconds left to go in the quarter. Now, normally with the lead, you'd be okay with the quarter running out, but the Saints have a lot of momentum. So you would think Shiloh would try to go quickly, but unfortunately Griffin lost his helmet. So 6 seconds left to go in the quarter. That'll just wind up ending the third quarter, as the Saints won't have enough time to run another play. But a good ending to the third quarter, as Shiloh will flip into the field and take over with a 2nd and 1 at the Mountain Home 16 when we get. So Saint defense with a great job, an interception and a block punt for a touchdown in the third quarter. And so a 10-6 game at the half. The Saints lead at 23-13 as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. So while we have a chance, our elite video sponsors of 2024 Shiloh Christian Football, Geo Surfaces, Roush Coleman Homes, and McClarty Daniel. Champion video sponsors, Chick-fil-A of Springdale, Mr. Sparky, Telecom, Mathis Home, and Pavecom. Elite Visitor Press Box by Smith & Davis Orthodontics. Arvest School Board brought to you by Arvest. Elite Championship sponsors, Reliable Poultry, Roush Coleman Homes, Quality Millwork Incorporated, and Advanced Primary Care. Championship sponsors, Fastlane Entertainment, Moshback Fish Habitat, Wright's Barbecue, C.R. Crawford Construction, Harps Food Stores, Osage Air, Tykeem DDS, Midland Industrial Services LLC, Bacchus Concrete, Stubbs Center for Cosmetic Surgery, and Play Clocks by Arkansas Children's Northwest. Remind you about our brick program. Our Shiloh Christian Legacy Brick donation program is back for a limited time. Reserve your space in the Victory Walk in front of the indoor athletic facility at Champion Stadium. Starting at $500, Legacy Bricks are a way to support your Shiloh athletics and remain a part of the Saint tradition for years to come. You can reserve your space today by visiting ShilohAthletics.com. Saints with a 10-point lead as we start the third quarter, and a 2nd down and 1 at the 16-yard line of Mountain Home.
Yeah, great third quarter there by Jake Bodenstein from the quarterback position. 8 of 9 for 93 yards. Luke Slider, 9 catches tonight, 113 yards.
Bodenstein pumps, got a man wide open in the back of the end zone, and it's just overthrown for Slider as the Saints kind of ran the play they ran against Little Rock Christian, but threw a little wrinkle off of it right there, and it was open. Jake would like to have that one back.
Yeah, just need 1 yard. Just need 1 yard here, so you got 2 downs to pick up a yard.
Yeah, 2nd and 1, so you had an opportunity to take a shot there. Handoff, Griffin coming left. He's hitting the backfield, but he falls forward, and I think he got it.
Yeah, I think so. Boy, he's just such a hard runner. Always falls forward. That should be.
They're going to measure, I think, Cliff. Yeah, they're going to stop and
do
measure.
Do we measure in high school? You don't see that very often. Usually,
well,
officials just measure. They say you're short or you got it. You know, college pros, you see measurements all the time. High school, you really don't see it much. You don't want to. The chains sometimes really, to be honest, at times aren't in the right spots. So, but Griffin picks up the 1 yard needed, gets the first down.
1st and 10 Saints at the 16 of Mountain Home. 2 receivers right. Bodenstein looks left, going to throw to the end zone. Kemp's got it! Touchdown, Shiloh! Saints with a big response after the Mountain Home touchdown. Bodenstein with a 16-yard touchdown pass to Kemp in the back left corner of the end zone. Great job by Chandler of going up and high pointing that one where only he could go get it. And Shiloh pushes his lead out to 16 again, 29-13 over the Bombers.
Great job of protection across the offensive line to let Jake sit there till his receivers open. Jake makes a perfect pass to, as you see, the kick. The hold is good, the kick is good, and the Saints put another 7 on the board. As you see Chandler Kemp go up and high point the ball. You know, coming into the game, we knew that Chandler kind of had a sore thumb a little bit. How was that going to affect him tonight? But, man, he had some separation there from his defender, and he makes the catch. Doesn't celebrate too much, Chandler doesn't. But that's his 4th catch for just 27 yards tonight. Again, the go-to receiver, just because of matchups, has been Zane Slider, who, again, as I was saying earlier, 9 catches for 113 yards. Career night for Zane Slider. But Chandler Kemp with the touchdown.
Saints push the lead back out to 30-13 with 11:31 to go in the 4th quarter. Really a big drive by the offense. Mountain Home had cut it to 10, had some momentum, and the Saints get it. And Cliff, if you look across the way, we talked about earlier what a packed house Mountain Home had across the way. A few folks have decided to go home early. If you wonder if their guys look up in the stands and see that a little bit. With 11:31 to go in the football game, Saints have pushed it out to 30-13. So Mountain Home had the place packed out when we started this game, as they talked about one of the biggest games in a long time, first time since the 80s, I believe. They had started undefeated. Saints trying to end that tonight, as there's the kick. It's going to be taken at the 4-yard line. Out to the 10, cuts left away. He's got some room on the left side, got a little bit of room to the 20, cuts up to the 25. Saints do a good job, though, of stringing it out at the 26 and get Miller on the ground. So Miller brought it all the way across the field, but the Saints get him on the ground as Tristan Carpenter makes a stop. 11:25 to go. Shiloh defense needs to kind of just knock him out, Cliff. Just get the ball back right here and finish this game.
Yeah, well, Mountain Home was struggling to kind of get something going offensively there in the 3rd quarter. They're really struggling now. I mean, they're down 30-13, 11:25 remaining in this game, 11:25 remaining in their undefeated season. As you said, the best season they've had since 1986. They're trying to continue here.
Phillips going to throw it deep down the middle of the field. It's got Miller, and it's caught at the 44. He's going to be taken down there, but a good pass.
Boy, that's a dangerous pass, too. Quarterback rolling to the right, throwing back across his body to the left, just kind of lofts it up. It looks like it's in slow motion in the middle of the field. None of our defenders able to go and pick it off. Miller makes the pass.
Chenoweth going to take the carry. He's across the 45, breaks loose a little bit, and he's going to be taken down at the Saint 48-yard line. So Chenoweth gets 8 on that carry. One of his bigger runs tonight. Actually officially 7 at the 49, so 2nd and 3 coming up for Mountain Home. Bombers trying to go with a little bit of tempo, just haven't been able to quite maintain what they were able to do earlier, but they can't afford to take any bad plays at this point. 30-13 Saints lead. Back to pass. Phillips pumps, in trouble. He's hit, and he's sacked at the 48-yard line. So a loss of 1 will bring up 3rd down and 4. He tried to pass it down deep down the right sideline. He was looking for Wilbur, but the Saints had it covered well, so 4th down.
Yeah, absolutely. The defensive secondary, they're doing a great job staying with the receivers, not letting anybody get away. Quarterback not able to find and make the pass. Sack happens.
10:18 to go, clock running, 3rd down for the Bombers. Screen over the middle. It's caught by Chenoweth at the 48. He's to the 44 of Shiloh and taken down there, but that's going to get the 1st down. So good play call there by Mountain Home. A little quick screen up the middle to Chenoweth, and he gets the 1st down.
But you know what? The Shiloh Saint defense all night long hasn't given up anything big. I mean, yes, you've given up some 3rd down completions, but they haven't hurt you. So the Saint defense doing a great job of what a lot of coaches say, just bending, but not breaking.
Back to pass. He's going to fire out in the flat. It's going to be caught by Miller, and he takes a big hit from Yolanda, and he's going to lose 2. Back to the 46-yard line, so 2nd and 12 coming up for Mountain Home. The other thing, Cliff, about this drive, it's eating a lot of clock. We're down to 9:37 left to go, clock running. So even as Mountain Home has moved it, they've had to really earn it.
Yeah, and you're in 4-down territory if you're Mountain Home here. I mean, I know it's 2nd and 12, but they're not going to get the ball back to Shiloh.
Bubble left. It's going to be caught, and he's going to be spun down at the 43-yard line. Gains only 3 is Wilbur. So 3rd down, and we'll call it 9 for the Bombers coming up. And London, who's had a lot of tackles tonight, he's going to have a good film session on Monday.
Yeah, AJ came into the game the leading tackler on the team. So he's racking up more tackles tonight as well.
At the 43, 3rd down and 9 for the Bombers. Ooh, Saints nearly jumped, but they don't. Back to pass, quick hitter. It's going to be caught, and he takes a big hit. Wilbur caught it, but he paid for it for that 2 to 3 yard gain. Clock keeps rolling. They said he was inbound, so 8:36 left to go, and a do-or-die 4th down coming up for the Bombers with 8:33 left.
This would be a great stop for a defense that has played just lights out tonight. They've been on the field a lot. Both defenses have been on the field a lot. But these Saints are showing how well-conditioned they are. And with the ball at their 40-yard line, 4th and we'll call it 6. 4th and 6 for the Bombers.
Empty backfield for Phillips. He looks to his left, now rolls to his right, wants to throw it deep down the right sideline. Great coverage there by Ulanen. It's incomplete, and the Saints are going to take over on downs. And A.J., who's had a good night, just had that one locked down as Shiloh defense gets off the field, and the Saints are going to take over on downs. Great job by the defense again as they get Mountain Home off the field. So 30-13, Shiloh with a 17-point lead, as you'll see the replay here. Just a great job by the defense, Cliff. He had nowhere to go, Phillips left or right.
Yeah, Phillips has a great arm when he's shown it off tonight, but not able to connect to his receiver.
Saints are going to roll Bodenstein on 1st down. They pump it. Bodenstein fires. They grab Chandler Kipp to save the touchdown. They did the double move on the left sideline, and the Mountain Home defensive back, all he could do, Palmer, was just grab Kemp and just hang on for dear life to save the double move. So Saints are going to get a 1st down across midfield with the 15-yard pass interference with 8:03 left to go. So if you watch games on the NFL, you see penalties for pass interference or where the pass interference happened. In high school football, it's just a 15-yard penalty, even though it was a little bit deeper down the field. But after the 15 is marked off, Saints at the 45. The official wants the play clock reset. He'll get that. So 8:03 to go in the game, 30-13, Shiloh leading. Saints will send Brewer from left to right. Handoff, Griffin Mason going that way. Griff cuts it up to the 41. Good hard run by Griff right there. He gets 4, 2nd and 6. But a good 1st down play. If you can get 4 yards consistently on 1st down with a 17-point lead in the 4th quarter, you'll take that. Mason the only setback. Quick pass out in the pass, caught by Kemp, but he's in trouble at the 43. He's fighting, but he can't get anything. He's going to lose a yard back to the 42. So Chandler Bodenstein completes it, but the Saints lose a yard. But more importantly, he did complete the pass, so that keeps the clock running, doesn't stop it with 7:23 left to go. 3rd down and 7 for Shiloh coming up. Saints with 3 receivers to the left. Kemp will be all the way stretched out to the end. Saints going to roll that way. Bodenstein looking, throws it down the field, and it's Carnes with a diving effort, incomplete at the 15. Pretty good coverage there by Talon Palmer as he was able to stay with the Saint wide receiver, so incomplete. And 4th down coming up. Yeah,
what hurts there for Shiloh is you don't make the completion, but it stops the clock at 7:02, and it's still 4th and long, 4th and about 7 from the, we'll call it the 41, where's the ball, 42-yard line of Mountain Home here.
At the 42, Saints would love a 1st down and be able to run a couple more minutes off the clock. Bodenstein back to pass, looking, fires. It's caught at the 32-yard line, and Shiloh moves the chains. So Saints couldn't quite tell who caught it there.
Chandler Kemp caught it. A little shaken up. He just rolls off the field there, but great catch there as I think he just rolled over the ball. But that brings up a new set of downs for Shiloh.
He's looking at that kind of banged up hand, so he may have, like Cliff said, may have rolled over it. Back to pass, fires out in the flat, caught. Carnes at the 30, breaks a tackle, 25-20. Oh, there's a flag to the 15. He's going to be knocked out of bounds just shy of the 10. But there's a flag back at the 28-yard line, and I'm afraid the Saints are going to get called for a hold here. Estes ran him out of bounds, but we'll wait for the call, but has holding written all over it. And it is holding against Shiloh. So Shiloh went with a quick bubble screen, caught it. Dalton got up the field, but unfortunately a penalty is going to bring this one back.
checking a few scores here in the 6A as other games around the state are wrapping up just as we are here. Greenwood huge over Russellville in the fourth quarter, 63-7. A great game in the 6A West. Lake Hamilton 26, Fort Smith Southside 24. Late in the fourth quarter, we have Fort Smith Southside next week at Champion Stadium.
Brewer in motion to the left. Bubble screen coming back this way. It's caught by Brody Francis. Brody to the 35, and he's going to drag a defender down to about the 30. Stayed in bounds, which is important right there, as Brody picks up 7. Well, actually, I'll give him 6. I'll say stepped out at the 31. So Brody with the catch. Of course, Brody kind of with a game-changing play in this one with a block punt. And early in this third quarter, Saints went in and caught it out of the air off the block punt and scored, and have really kind of taken the momentum in this game. 30-13, Shiloh leading, 6:06 to go. Brody's going to go in motion behind. It's going to be a screen left, and they got blockers to the 20. Griffin to the 15. He breaks a tackle. He hurdles a man. He scores. Touchdown, Shiloh. Griffin Mason with a little screen back to the left. And it's 36-13, and the Saints earlier in the game ran a screen, and the Mountain Home defender made a great play to knock it down, but we could see it was open. Well, they saved it for the knockout punch. Shiloh 36-13. The officials have stopped the clock for something. They may be looking for the kicking ball. Well, Cliff, you kind of feel like in this game, as much as Mountain Home has fought, that might have been the knockout punch right there.
Yeah, it might have. Just not enough time for Mountain Home really to probably get back into this game, but what a play call on the screen pass, set up very nicely with blockers in front of Griffin Mason, and then Griffin just making 2 great athletic moves, hurdling the final defender to get into the end zone, and Shiloh ups their lead to 37-13, 5:53 remaining. And, boy, this Saint offense has come alive here in the second half.
So quick update on that game Cliff had just mentioned. It's 26-24, Lake Hamilton with 2:40 left to go. And Fort Smith Southside has the ball around midfield. That game is at Lake Hamilton, so Fort Smith Southside will put some miles on the bus the next 2 weeks as they head to Champion Stadium next week. Saints, after playing 3 of the first 5 on the road, will get back-to-back home games, Cliff, at Fort Smith Southside and Russellville. And then we'd have short trips to Van Buren and Siloam to finish out the 2 road trips. So we get a lot of opportunity for fans of the Saints. We don't have to drive 2.5 hours for a while. We can go an hour for the next 5 weeks and watch our Saints play.
Absolutely, and we need all Saint fans to come out to Champion Stadium. I know that they will. I understand we got a great crowd here tonight, and I understand it's a long trip from Northwest Arkansas to get over here to Mountain Home, but next week we're at home, and it'll be a beautiful night for football as we take on, as you see the kick is right to the returner right in the middle of the field. Saints are all over it at about the 25, 26-yard line, but, man, we're playing a 7A school that has dropped down to 6A this year in Fort Smith Southside. Traditionally, through the years, Southside has been one of the larger schools in the state, playing at the highest classification. They dropped down because of really, I think it was the competitive equity rule.
It was.
With Pulaski Academy moving up, Little Rock Christian moving up. It forces somebody to go down. Southside got that straw. They dropped down. So we're going to face a team that's got a lot of players on the sideline and a lot of depth, a lot of size. We're going to play well next week to win.
Saints, they're big lead, 37-13, and there's a false start. Yeah, Saints kind of moved on the defensive front, and that caused a little flinch in the offensive line by the Bombers, so they'll go back. So second down will be actually first down, but it'll be 1st and 15 after the false start.
And then after next week, 2 weeks from tonight, Shiloh homecoming. Always a special week at Shiloh Christian School. All kinds of activities throughout the week. Alumni will be back. It's going to be our first time again to face the Russellville Cyclones. We've played them in 7-on-7, never played them on a Friday night, but we will here in 2 weeks.
Quick hitter is going to be caught at the 30 up to the 32. Phillips with the quick pass as he got Bryce Kincaid on the quick hitter right there. Eldridge with a stop. Clock running, though. That's what you want to see. Even if the Bombers were to score, just eat as much time as possible as the Saints lead at 37-13. This game was 10-6 at the half. St. offense has been on fire, special teams as well. There's a pass out to the flat, incomplete, intended for Wilbur with 5:17. But the Saints defense with a big interception, a blocked punt that was returned for a touchdown, and then the offense has also kind of risen to the challenge in the second half to push this lead out to 37-13. So, Cliff, we talked about the importance of this game for playoff seeding early. You got to feel like Mountain Home's one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the conference. This is going to be a big road win for the Saints. Pass out in the flat, caught at the 38 to the 40, and they're going to be taken out of bounds at the 43-yard line as Will Anderson makes the stop in a defensive back there for the Saints as Talon Palmer made the stop.
Yeah, it really is. You know, even with the loss, Mountain Home, this will be their first loss in conference, so they'll be 1-1. First win for Shiloh, they'll be 1-1. Greenwood seems to be the cream of the crop again. They're sitting at 2-0 after the big win over Russellville tonight.
An option pitch to the left to Chenoweth, and he breaks one tackle, but is going to be taken down at the 46. So Chenoweth will get 3 right there, but an option pitch, kind of an interesting play call right there for the
first
Bombers.
one of the night. But, Shiloh has gotten themselves right back in the driver's seat where they need to be. As we've talked about, the next 2 weeks are at home against teams I think we can win against. I mean, this Mountain Home team went to Fort Smith Southside last week and beat them 50-35. We're taking care of Mountain Home tonight. You got to think if we play pretty well.
There's a pass out in the flat. It's going to be caught by Wilbur, and he's going to step out of bounds at midfield. But, yeah, I mean, you look – obviously, you can't. Every game's not the same, but if comparative scores, you at least get a feel of what teams you're looking at down the stretch.
Absolutely. You feel like we should win next week. And then Russellville, you know, we competed very well against Greenwood, played very well against them, and potentially could have won that game. Well, you see what they're doing to Russellville, so you can't overlook any of these teams because every week in the 6A West is going to be tough. But comparatively speaking, you think the next 2 weeks we should be able to get these wins, and then we're sitting pretty good in the 6A West playoff race at that number 2 seed, which is huge. As the pass is completed, it looks like a first down. Clock will stop momentarily.
But, yeah, Colbert did keep him in bounds, so they'll stop the clock for the first down, but then the clock will start running. So good job by Gray of keeping in bounds there. Clock down to 4:12 to go. Trips to the right for the Bombers. Rolling this way, Brody Francis comes free and drills the quarterback. Phillips completes it to Miller, and he's shoved out of bounds at the 48-yard line. So Miller's going to lose 2. Will Anderson with another stop there for the Saints. So second down and 12. Cohen Beach along with the tackle as well.
How's that Southside Lake Hamilton game?
Southside is lining up for the game-winning field goal as we speak.
And you said it's at Lake Hamilton?
It's at Lake Hamilton. So 2 seconds left, and Southside's lining up for a game-winning field goal. Screen to the left, and Chenoweth is hit in the backfield by Colbert as he takes him down. Boy, Gray is hitting Chenoweth left and right tonight as Chenoweth is going backwards all the way back to the 49-yard line. Third down and long for the Bombers here with 3:43 left to go in the football game. So,
yeah, I think Mountain Home realizes really where they are in this game here. 37-13. You just don't see the pep in their step anymore here.
It's a screen over the middle, and he hits one of his offensive linemen, so that'll be illegal touching. And there's the flag.
Yeah, lineman. Those are always kind of funny plays because most of the time the linemen don't even know the ball's coming. Hits them in the back of the head, and they turn around like, what are you doing? But that is a penalty, illegal touching.
We had that happen in our youth game last week, Cliff.
Did they call it?
They did. Fayetteville threw one to their offensive lineman. But he made a tremendous catch and ran for about 10 yards.
So I wonder what you do here, talking about the penalty. Do you back them up or you decline it? I think you decline it, and it brings up fourth down.
Yeah, it's a loss of down for the legal touching, so bring up fourth down.
So what did y'all do last week? Was it on your team or the other team?
The other team. And then we face masked him as we tackled it, and so we got the beautiful offsetting penalties. We just kind of had to chuckle at that point that they threw it to a lineman and we face masked him. But fourth down and 15 coming up for Mountain Home. And Cliff, the field goal was wide left on the 30-yarder, so Lake Hamilton wins it 26-24.
Wow. So Fort Smith Southside dropping down from 7A. Really one of the favorites to be in the upper tier of the 6A West. They're starting their season out 0-2 in conference play.
Bombers just going to punt it away. High kick. Hit the 30. Saints just got to smartly let this roll. For the second time tonight, we're going to start at our inside our 1.
Golly. Well, it's a little different scenario this time with 3:12 remaining here in this game against Shiloh up 24 points. I don't know what. I just know it was early in the game when we were backed up deep in our territory, and I thought, man, if a safety happens here, Mount Home's going to, that could really help them. But right now, a safety's not going to do much for Mountain Home, but hopefully we can get it out and just run this clock out.
Cliff, we look back at this game, you're right. I mean, you were backed up inside your own 1. Saints got a first down and got out. They wound up punting that drive, but at least you didn't give up any points, and at that point you kind of pushed it back out a little bit. So little things like that, little plays matter from time to time. Saints will get able to get a first down there early in the second quarter of a low-scoring game. Jake's going to throw it from his own end zone, and he's going to fire it in. Well, Saints step out of bounds, so it was intended for Kemp, but he stepped out of bounds going down the left sideline. So a penalty marker will come back down there. Mountain Home had that covered pretty well as they
didn't really bite on the pump fake that Jake offered at them. It did. I mean, it did look like Chandler Kemp running down the sideline was kind of forced out of bounds.
Good thing is they mark the penalty off. They won't go back very far.
Is this against Shiloh, or are they?
Oh, they called holding on Mountain Home. Okay.
Well, that'll give Shiloh a little room to operate.
Well, they were going to get us for illegal touching because Chandler had stepped out of bounds and then tried to catch the pass. But
I think he was forced and being held there. They had two defenders on him.
So at the 11, first down Saints, 3:07 left to go. Saints will just try to run some clock and finish this one off. Bodenstein takes a snap, hands off Griffin Mason going right. And Griffin just runs into a sea of blue jerseys and goes down at the 10. So Griffin will lose a yard there. But the clock will continue to roll with 2:54 left to go.
By my count, that's the 20th rush for Griffin Mason tonight. We've seen him kind of carry up to 40 times. But tonight, only 20 carries, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. So that's about a 5-yard carry average, which is, any coach will take that.
Absolutely. Oh, there's going to be a false start. Couldn't quite get the snap that we wanted to there, so 5 yards backed up. Saints trying to get out of the shadow of their own goalpost a little bit right here. As Cliff mentioned, Shiloh will be back home at Champion Stadium next Friday night against Fort Smith Southside, who, as we mentioned, lost a heartbreaker to Lake Hamilton by 2 tonight. So they'll be a desperate team coming in next week.
Yeah, I was going to say, we talked about them losing to Mountain Home last week. We're beating Mountain Home tonight. You're going to face a Southside Maverick team next Friday night that's desperate. And as the pass is completed to Kemp there, he gets out to the left side and stays in bounds right at about the 15-yard line. Clock continues to run, but desperate teams are dangerous. And so Shiloh's got to have a great week of practice and be prepared, watch the game film. What does Southside do well? Who are their playmakers? We'll do the same thing as analysts and try to describe that as best we can next week. But they're going to come in at 0-2 and be very desperate for a win, and we got to be ready for everything next week.
Shotgun formation on third down, play action, fires a bubble screen to Slaughter. He's going to be the 15 and breaks one tackle to the 20 and squirts through up to the 23 and gets the first down. So Slaughter gets 7 on 3rd and 6, and with 1:46 left to go, Mountain Home has all 3 timeouts, but I can't think the Bombers are going to use them here with 1:44 left, so the Saints can line up in victory formation if they want to at this point, unless Mountain Home wants to burn some timeouts. With 1:34 clock running, Saints will just try to push as much off of the clock as they possibly can here. power formation left. Shiloh's going to run it this way. Griffin Mason. Griff's going to run into and just plow forward. Boy, Griff running hard up to the 29-yard line. He gets 5 more with 1:12 to go in this game. Saints are going to take a happy trip back home on Highway 412. And we'll get home tomorrow morning sometime, Cliff, but it'll be a happy trip back.
It's 9:21.
Maybe.
Because of so much ground game there in the first half. First half only took an hour. So we're looking at pretty good time here, Billy.
We may make it before the clock strikes midnight, but either way, it's going to be a happy trip home. 44 seconds. Saints have to run one more play. They can go. Griff's going to get the carry coming left. He makes a man miss, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 37-yard line. That is enough for the first down, but he does get pushed out of bounds with 35 seconds, so one more play left to go.
I don't think this will be a passing play, so I'll go ahead and tell you about Jake Bodenstein. I think this is a career night for him, passing the ball 25 of 37 for 289 and 2 touchdowns. No interceptions. Jake Bodenstein, man, what a night the sophomore quarterback has played as he just gets the snap and
victory formation it is. And
nails it down. That should be the last play.
And that will be what it is for the Saints. 29 seconds left, the clock run, and Shiloh will not have to snap it. And the Saints, after just a tough, gutty game last week against the Greenwood Bulldogs, are able to come on the road against an undefeated Mountain Home team and finish it off. So Shiloh will take a 37-13 victory over Mountain Home tonight. And so, boy, Cliff, we talked about how important this game was for playoff seeding. Job done.
Absolutely. They came to Mountain Home and did exactly what they needed to do. Took them a while to get there. But you got to give credit to Mountain Home. They came out with a great game plan there in the first half, showed that they're a very respectable team. But I just think they just ran out of gas there along the line, and Shiloh started just exerting their will on Mountain Home. The turnover really, the block punt turnover is what I'm talking about. The block punt for a score really hurt Mountain Home, really shifted the momentum on the field from Mountain Home to Shiloh's side, and then Shiloh didn't look back as they scored a few more times for the final score of 37-13. And you're right, we're back in the race at 1-1. Like I said, we've got 2 home games the next 2 weeks, exciting games, and can really cement their spot there at that number 2 spot if we take care of business these next couple of weeks.
Saints with a big win. So for Brian Dunaway and his great crew, Cliff Anderson, I'm Billy Blunt. Thanking you for watching. Final score from Baxter County. Saints 37, Mountain Home 13. Good night, everybody.